was the first casualty, and it's Saber's fault.
Yeah. I did.
Excuse me?
Nothing. I said nothing.
Yeah.
Everything we distinguish right now is this guy's fault.
Well, I don't know about that. I didn't throw the pig overboard.
You forgot to give them the note.
And then you jumped off of the balloon for whatever reason. I saw that.
That's a good point. I'm just gonna sit on the side.
Just go like smugly looking at the guys like.
Slowly pull out my nut.
He knows he's on the wind up. He's like,
Just
reaching his hand over. Oh.
dig up.
Well, we were closer than we were.
Dig up. Ladies and gentlemen, dukes and dames, welcome and thank you for joining us on another one of our D&D sessions. My name's Brad, alongside me is Kieran and Joe, not forgetting our amazing teller of tales, Elliot James. So anyone correct me or jump in if I'm missing anything on the recap.
Yes,
On the last episode, the Heralds had taken to the skies of Ashtara in the Great Balloon. With Harold as their pilot, they started to make their way across their destination, across the canyon. Shortly after taking off, the Heralds have found themselves in a spot of trouble. Surrounding them in the air, drawn to flesh, meat, and whatever Saber is made of, was a band of harpies. Having thrown overboard their only leverage to save them, they found themselves in an interesting bit of combat. We learned from the last session is to never trust Harold when he says things are safe as houses. With Gorn, Saber and Aricen blasting some harpies out of the air, and some put to sleep to plummet to their deaths, they fell one by one until one managed to get hold of Harold the pilot and drag him from the basket. In some bold but questionable attempts, the guys tried to save Harold, which resulted in Saber and Aricen seeing themselves away from the basket and free falling to what could only be a quick end. However, with some quick wits and Saber only saving himself, Aricen was able to save Harold by wild shaping and webbing him to the basket. After defeating the feral-like bird creatures, the boys recuperated within the basket. Saber had a flashback from his former past brought on by seeing a small army of the Karzans marching across the dunes. Soon after, they found out from Harold that this was only a small force that the Karzans had under their belt and possibly could cause a war to spread to the other continents. Setting down on their first stop, the Heralds learned that there was no sign of Priya or Bartingus. They looked like they were heading into the orc-infested canyon on their own to find the tree that links with the Lich. Led by Aricen's instincts, they made their way through. In the last moments on whence we left, I'm sure we was assaulting an orc scout. I don't know about these dorks, but I'm ready for some DiceBound.
We need to roll our D100 for our questions.
Everyone's in shambles already.
Right, to do 100s. Lovely.
Alright. Go on, Brad, you go first. I think I went
Should I go first this
time?
time?
Joe did, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I went first last time.
Yeah, I think I did the first four.
My one is
Ooh.
an 85.
Big number of ones.
Can't believe I got 100 the other day.
Can't believe you nearly got a debt.
He did.
On 4.
He did. On 4. Yeah, that's wild.
That's a Kieran Stewart move right there.
Be sure to add your XP by the way.
Yeah.
This was something that was, as mentioned, taken into account from AI. So I run the last week's episode into YouTube. It read all the transcripts and it took like rating on certain criteria, boldness, this, that, the other, like strategy. It basically came up with, I gave it a pot of how much XP to be split, and it divided it up according to how it rated each character. So that's
Good
how
God.
we're doing XP.
Pretty
I need to pray for good dice rolls.
Yes, sir.
Otherwise I'm fucked. I'm getting left behind in the dust.
Yes, sir. Right, here we are. It took me long enough to find it. So, sorry, Cordy, what was your number?
85.
Okay. Righty ho. What is Well, you've experienced a few now. What is Saber's favourite mode of transportation?
Favourite mode of transport? I'm pretty sure I've had this question before.
I think you have.
Roll her again. Roll her again. Yeah, you said teleportation.
Yeah, I
didn't you?
said yeah.
Yeah, roll her again. Let's take it. Mate, the odds of that land on that again.
43 this time.
43. Does Saber prefer to carry gold, gems, or trade goods? Is he more of a is he a capitalist sort of boy? Does he like having his cash in his pocket?
I would say Saber is one of these characters that prefers or values knowledge over anything physical. But I would just say I think he would probably prefer to carry just gold on him, seeing as it's just valued more than anything. I mean, it's currency, it's money. I mean, we'd probably prefer to carry like cash or whatever else on us. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
He's not a materialistic girl, but he likes to just have the most simplest form of
if
buying
he's got to pay for
trading.
something, there it is.
He's not giving them a bag of chickens or anything like that.
No.
Who's next?
I'll give it a go.
Go on, Gorney.
32.
32.
Yeah.
Do you keep your weapons within reach while sleeping, and if so, any specific reason?
Oh, for sure, yeah. So I would say he wouldn't have his staff on him. From his background, like being in the kind of criminal underworld, he'd definitely always be keeping a knife on his person. Obviously he's got the dagger that he usually keeps, but also he's got his throwing knife, which he'd have tucked away.
You got taught by Red.
A little secret pocket in there. So yeah, definitely always sleeps with a
what
weapon.
reason specifically? Is
just kind of like
general, or is
like
there
safety generally, and just like to be able to be quick to act if a threat arises. Well, yeah, that's a big one, I guess. Yeah.
Okie dokie, and Mr. Aricen.
23.
23. What is your what's Aricen's favourite meal on the road?
Well, it's kind of whatever's offered. Most of the time it's
Whatever's growing out
cheeky
the
veggie.
ground.
yeah, basically. I don't think there's often times where there's a huge variation for a veggie. So it's whatever they're putting out is good food.
They're
He
not
likes his nuts.
They're not big. Yes, he does indeed. They're not big foodies. This gang. We've got Aricen, which barely eats, Saber, which doesn't need to eat, and then Gorn,
Or can
just
taste
eats
the
his
smell.
feelings.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. Okay, fellas. So yeah, last we left off, we had a heck of a fight in a hot air balloon, which resulted in 75% of the occupants of the balloon going overboard at some point.
I also lost about 75% of my health bar.
Yeah. Gorn almost died, but he was holding it together for everyone.
Yeah.
And so how did it happen? Remind me. It was the harpy grabbed Harold, didn't it? And
Yeah.
pulled him out. And after a bunch of very poor dice rolls, he basically
Got on out there.
pulled on out. With that, Saber went to jump on the harpy, misty step on the harpy,
Yeah.
and due to his lack of a left hand
His
now,
stub.
he didn't
Left
get
hand,
grip.
right hand.
Is it right hand?
Yeah.
He couldn't get a solid grip on the harpy, so started plummeting. Eventually, Saber misty stepped back in to the basket, and Aricen, as he was falling out due to the harpy's song, and quickly gained consciousness. Due to a good wisdom saving throw, he quick thinkingly turned into a big spider, shot a web out of his tuchus, and reeled Harold back in. And then I think Gorn lit the last harpy ablaze with his blood.
Oh, I think I did two of them
times.
that session.
So
a few
after all
Eldritch
of that
blasts,
excitement,
obviously.
After all that excitement, you did see a army going over, travelling from more central Ashtara, from Bhutan, over towards the coast, which you could only imagine was due to the the reports of a kraken in the waters. You also heard a little bit more backstory on the Karzans and their rumours of their ideas of going over to Westholm and taking that continent for their own, due to it being a much more prosperous and forgiving continent.
Debt-free.
And debt-free, debt-free. With that, we ended up landing the balloon and heading towards the canyon, which the orc camp is in order to find the tree, which one of the druids' soul-bound individuals is trapped in, basically. And the reason you're going there is because, what do you need from that?
We're going to destroy, the tree and get the head of the one we captured. I guess it wasn't.
It was the guy. It was the guy that was within the tree. Yeah.
What for?
To destroy part of the Lich's soul, which is split up.
But why do you need the head?
Because we met someone called Doran, who is friends of the Lich.
I mean, that's a loose term.
No,
well,
no,
it's
not the
not
Lich.
I
was going to say it's not.
It used to be accomplices.
So definitely not friends.
Basically, might help us destroy the Lich if we can bring him the head and show we're dedicated to the cause.
Yeah, so he wanted you to prove how serious you are and bring him the head of that individual.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're on the right path into getting that Lich dealt with.
Getting things done.
So you, after making a little birdie and flying that in towards the canyon, you figured out what entrance you wanted to go into, which was
south, I believe.
Was it the south?
It was the quickest straight
the
to the point.
closest, the south entrance. And as you went through, you came up against, in this canyon, in this road to the canyon, like a kind of not too sloppy, but not exactly the most the biggest feat of like engineering genius, a scaffolding which has a pulley system on a rope attached to a big dead tree. This is what you can see from the track mark going in and out. This is basically a roadblock, so that no unknown carts or anything bigger than a single person can kind of get through without there being any sort of a block. You try to stealth your way up to them. I believe Aricen climbed the scaffolding.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And by the time he looked up, he'd noticed that the orc scout was just looking dead over to him. And then what did you boys do from there?
I decided to change into a silverback gorilla
Yes.
and try and drag his arse straight off the tower.
Yeah.
I believe I snuck on through.
Yeah.
And then when that kind of trigger went off, like when Joe kind of went a bit feral, I then darted around and tried to look for like an alarm or
Any
some
sort
kind of
of
signal
alarm.
system.
And Saber?
Aricen.
Saber for once. Saber for once is being passive as.
I don't think you was. I cast Mage Hand and pushed him
Oh
off.
yeah, that's right.
I was going to say.
I forgot.
There was nothing
That is
passive
right.
about that.
Yes.
Yes, I pushed him off the top of the
Yes.
tower.
Oh yes. I pushed
Yeah.
it.
So you cast Mage Hand, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah. No.
behind him, then you could push as Joe was.
As Joe
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okie dokie.
Yeah, I was actually being passive for once.
Yeah. Right, okie dokie. So
Don't steal my thunder.
that is where we last left off, and away we go. So you, Joe, turned into a silverback gorilla, and two great big padded hands grab. What do you grab of this orc? So they're kind of in like semi-tribal attire.
What's he got around his head? He's got hair, beard.
Oh, this orc here looks very straggly, overgrown hair, overgrown beard.
Okay, I'm
his
grabbing
teeth
on
are
something that I
growing
know
out.
is not going to rip or shred, so I'm going hair and then some sort of clothing. Double
Okay, so you're grabbing a
pull,
part of
and
his
then
hair.
with my pushing off the tower as well, basically just using everything to drag his ass
Nice,
up.
okay. And the mage hand?
The mage hand's going to be a giant middle finger.
That's unnecessary.
Yeah, can't even see it.
Yeah, he's completely
Always
oblivious.
going to be a giant middle
Getting
finger.
manhandled by a fucking gorilla.
He's just going to.
Rather just boots him. Okay, I would say
That's not passive.
Aricen's going to need to be rolling a strength check with advantage. Because I think you can't get much more of an advantage than this situation.
Lovely stuff.
Oh.
19. 23.
23, nice, okay. Oh my
Whoa.
god, what is that?
That's a vibe.
That's a different tale right there.
So, let's have a little look here. So, Aricen grabs him, pulls him over, so you grab him by the hair, grab him by like a lapel of like his furry fabric.
That's also not a gorilla.
That's a spider monkey. There we go, that's the one. And pulls him clean over, and as you kind of pull him over, you just see this floating green mage hand with a middle finger coming at you, which you don't really know what is going on with that, but you fall down, and I'm going to need you to give me a little acrobatics check, please. See how you land this.
Can it be athletics, just because that's the stat I've got there that I can
Yeah,
see?
do it. Oh!
25.
Oh, this
That's
kid.
a nimble boy,
This
it's
kid.
a nimble ape.
He's
Okay,
got the luck
so
of the dive.
as you pull him over, it kind of snaps one of the wooden beams as there's so much force being kind of shot out away from this scaffolding, and as you fall down, you just kind of see this kind of like this orc looks kind of malnourished. You've got like his skin's like mallow. You can see he's very overgrown. Everything, his eyebrows are bushy, his hair is long, his beard is long, his teeth are kind of elongated into like a tusk kind of form almost. It's like they just let himself. He's let himself go. And as you pull away from this scaffolding, you spin round and just land on him, and his head hits the hard floor and just.
Oh.
He is.
Ain't nothing passive about that.
A dead orc. So that is.
I don't know what I expected.
Aricen's just like.
a dead orc
How
on the floor.
Did
How you took no damage.
how splat is his head?
It is like it's called almost like from the forehead to the back of the neck is just open up like a tin of beans. Like his eyes are kind of like sunken where there's nothing.
It's more liquid than solid now. Oh.
Should we find out from this guy what's ahead and what to expect?
If you know a way of doing that, I'm all for
I'm just going to see
reducing
the
our
gorilla
surprise.
just pick it up. Point at his splattered
I'm
head.
gonna say
Um,
put him down by the rocks here.
Did also
Drag him over to the rock.
in that encounter, did I notice any like alarms or anything like that?
You did not.
No. Okay,
There was
fine.
nothing,
Fine.
no alarm, no sorts of alarms.
Does it seem like anyone's heard that
you
disruption?
could just see this canyon and it kind of like bottlenecks down deeper and deeper, but it's literally just rock. There's
Okay,
no sort
fine.
of alarm, you know,
Fine.
and you see no sort of disruption.
Access my character
Was it
sheet?
paused?
No.
No.
Yeah, I can't access
Have you
my
got him? Have you
Oh, there we
actually
go.
selected Saber?
No.
No.
So I drag him over to Saber, but obviously I can't move the dead body.
Mhm.
Why can't I go on my character sheet?
Helping out, John.
What?
Have
He's a
you
silly
have you
goose.
got him selected as the token though? Like, have you got the green box now?
You've dog on
That is weird.
this one.
Yeah, no, so you
Just
can see
try,
he's got
um,
it selected.
This one.
That
That is strange.
Bizarre. What if you
Can't-
select opposite?
Can't select his token.
To what?
'Cause I think you can just.
What
like, if
weapon
you've got
did
the
this
same
gorilla
one,
have
you
while
just-
these
you
two
just,
are-
like,
The
have
gorilla.
it.
You
No.
are the gorilla.
No,
and
what?
it has his two hands.
The orc.
So the orc, you could see that it had up on top had like a heavy crossbow up on top of the
Yeah,
scaffold.
that's what happens.
Yeah, it's my spells. So,
Just
Yeah,
as
but
I
would it-
leave
would it
that-
roll it? Do you get what I mean?
I keep calling him the gorilla.
What if
That
he was
orc
fresh?
on the floor, I'm going to just clamber back up
Okay.
and just have a look around, see what else is up there.
Okay. So I've moved you up on
Oh, legend.
there. And so you climb up over the scaffolding, past that broken section, and you can just see there's
There you go.
a number of notches in the wood.
Mhm.
A cheeky refresh.
And roll me a little perception check.
As Joe's doing that, Saber's going to kneel down, get out his spell tome, and he's going to grab the orc by like the face, and or like hover his hand over there,
Yeah.
and he's going to cast Talk to Dead.
Okay. Okay. What languages does Saber know?
Oh, he's throwing a curveball in here.
Hold tight.
So perception.
12.
12 perception. Okay, so yeah, you see a load of notches in the wood, and you can see kind of over in the distance. Now that you're a little higher, you can start to see as like there's a slight dip in the canyon walls. You can see a little red kind of flag waving with the wind.
A little red flag.
That's all you see.
Okay.
Well, it's not. It's little in perspective, but it's a large red flag. It's a large red
Right.
flag, which would be like
Gather
a
anything from
10.
that? Like what sort of flag it would be?
Doesn't ring any bells to you.
No. Okay. Clamber back down, obviously, to get back to.
No. Common, abyssal, elvish, and undercommon.
There's no loads. Can you chuck me
Where'd
back
you
down,
find
please?
Oh yes.
If you go on.
Mr.
Oh,
Teller
it's
of
on
Towers.
there. Right, okay.
So this spell, can only you hear it, or can
I don't know.
I think
Tell me.
they just talk.
I
don't
would
they?
say it talks so everyone could hear.
No.
Okay. Where's Aricen?
Right next to them now.
Next to
In April.
in Grillable.
Gorilla.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. And is it 5 questions? 3 questions? 5. Okay.
Wow.
Careful with what everyone's asking.
Just replies in fucking gorilla.
Okay, so you cast. How does this look? So you hold your hand over it.
So I kind of hold my hand over it, and then just from each fingertip, just like it's just this bit of green energy. Then you just see the eyes of the orc just light up like bright greens like that.
Okay, so
Comes
yes.
to life.
So you, as this green energy kind of like passes through your hand into the orc's dead face, the eyes light up green, and then they kind of light like a flash of light, and then it simmers down, and you just see his dead eyes, which have kind of sunk into his skull, just come back around and kind of looking
Jesus.
right at you like slack jawed.
We only get 5 shots of this. What do you want me to ask him?
What do you want me to ask who? You gotta be more careful. You gotta be more careful.
Are there further reinforcements that we need to watch out for? Any traps?
Are there any further disruptions along this path? Are there any more?
And it looks at you very confused. Like I can't understand what you're saying.
Oh.
The silverback is going to just stand up on its legs and then just kind of hold out his hands, and all the hairs are just going to go straight back into the skin, and then you just see Aricen standing there.
No.
Drop 4.
Okay. Form has been dropped.
What was the question again?
I was asking him. Look at him and just. I was asking him
Gorn tries to cover its ears.
if there's anything else.
So you got a bit of brain
Yeah,
hanging
I'm
over
like-
it.
waiting for us down the road.
My foundry's not working.
So I'm going to look at this orc and then speak in orcish.
Mhm.
Is there anything down the road waiting for us that might harm us?
And it kind of, its eyes, which were locked on to say before, like kind of like, just kind of like pan over to you, and it replies in orcish, and it says, the tribe, the sun,
The tribe, the sun,
the lich,
the lich,
the vultures,
the vultures,
and many more.
a lot of shit.
Well, that's not great. Ask him. I don't know. How big is his tribe?
I'm going to put on an Orcish accent now so we can clear up the difference. How many in the tribe?
I was so happy put on a different voice.
That's my Orcish language.
It says,
Yeah, it's an accent.
it says,
Racist.
enough to protect the tree.
They said enough to protect the tree.
Do we
Protect the tree. We
Yeah,
want
that's
to destroy
good.
the fucking
do
tree.
we ask them why they're protecting the tree?
We ask him why he's protecting the tree.
Why are you protecting the tree?
Lich said protect the tree. Or he's coming back for us. Can't leave the tree.
Ah, okay.
I feed that back because I have to repeat again.
Yeah.
How many there? 3?
3, I think.
About secret passage or something like that.
What is okay? The mic needs to pick you up. Like.
Whispering.
Tripped up.
What if we ask about a secret passage or something like that? We took one route, maybe the other routes are a bit more secretive.
Perhaps. There might be a way to get around these, or if there's any alarms that we need to watch out for.
How many questions have we got left?
2 more, I think.
I can ask both of those then.
Yeah.
Is there a better way to get to the tree? Safer.
Says. You can only walk through this canyon unless you come in from the air. But that's no safer.
No, that's the only way.
Do we ask about the traps? Or
So
alarms?
what have you asked so far?
My memory's not that good.
There's been 4 including my one, but if he didn't understand my question, then he wouldn't have comprehended.
That's
it.
4 including your one.
Yeah. No, it's Joe has said 4 and I've said 1, so it's 5.
Oh.
But I don't know if it counts because he wouldn't have understood mine.
Are there any sorts of traps we need to be aware of?
Says. Will be enough. And if not us, they'll let you finish what we didn't. And then it just
Oh!
completely falls to nothing, as there's nothing now in his head to hold his face in, so his head just collapses, his face
Oh,
just collapses
Lord.
in on himself.
Oh, that's
And you're
nasty.
just looking at just near on
Oh,
green
shit.
minced meat on the floor with a bit of bone.
We're all struggling with Foundry.
Technical.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
It's
it's just
Foundry's
time.
not- I can let all the farts out now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back due to some technical difficulties, but yeah, ready to roll.
Yep.
Let's
Let's
get
go.
back to it. What the hell
Let's go.
happened when before everything went wrong?
Well, we finished questioning the
That's true, and his head imploded.
yeah the guy
Accidents happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that what you said after pasting that poor fellow? Okay.
I actually went,
Oh
Fair.
shit!
Fair.
So
Yeah, sit down. That's all that.
So
fucking
shall we?
camera shaking like
So
crazy.
no.
that's a fact.
Oh yeah.
So no traps to worry about on the way then.
I'm
Always
all
good to
worried
know.
and concerned about the fact that they're here guarding the tree.
On behalf
on-
of the Lich.
But yeah, well, they're obviously scared that he said he's going to come back. He's threatened to come back, but we're going to obviously want to destroy this thing. So we've got those to deal with too. No, what's the best?
Yes, we'll be. Can imagine we'll be dealing with the orcs unless
Maybe-
we sneak in and.
I know this is a bit
I mean,
out there, but maybe we just walk in and say that we're going to deal with the problem ourselves, and that the Lich is not something to worry about. Maybe they'll help us.
worst case scenario with with a tree that we, might need to get rid of a camp. I've got a fireball now.
Oh, well, that's
You're sick.
that's pretty. So what's the plan? We head on slowly and.
Yeah,
I think so. I've
well,
seen Gorn lie his way through a lot of things. I think
yeah.
you lead.
Okay. Well, he said there's no traps to look out for, so I'm quite.
I'm just talking about the orcs, but
I'm
I'm
quite
sure you
comfortable.
can.
Well, I
trick
can
them.
try and maybe sweet talk them. Say
Mm.
we're here on behalf of the Lich.
Let's go with that plan and see what happens.
Try that first, and then.
Well, you want to threaten
Maybe.
them first, or
No, I would just say we're overseeing operations. I guess. Check they're all on
We've been
track.
sent by the Lich.
Well, I'd say we say the other thing and say that we're here to destroy the tree
We're
and him.
literally warriors.
I was going to say I'm not sure.
I think we say we're on their side.
That
They let us
guy,
through and
that
then
guy. Well, what's left of him was kind of, I think, absorbed in his task and his fear.
How like malnourished are these?
Oh,
orcs?
they
Are
looked rough, didn't they?
Looking at him, he.
I think they're literally based on what I've taken or what Gorn's taken from this. They're like malnourished to the point that they won't leave the canyon, and they won't barely even like do anything or look after themselves or hunt just because they need to watch the tree.
I think
So I think they're like
that,
they're like
they would
fanatical
want
based on it. Yeah,
assistance.
yeah,
Maybe we offer.
yeah.
What if a Lich has scared them so much that they
don't believe in anything.
Yeah.
Well then I think that's when we fight. Yeah.
He does his Massacre of Fireball, and you do some.
Well, we need the head, so I need to make sure we get that first.
That's true. Don't burn it.
But I mean, after it's all fair game, I guess. They don't seem like they're really put up too much of a fight in the state they're in anyway. But
okay, well
maybe,
considering our timings, I think we should decide to get on with
yeah,
things.
let's go. So Gorn takes the lead.
Yeah, Gorn's
already over there.
How big's the tree in front? Is it something we can just like jump over? Something we can just walk
You
around?
can walk around.
Yeah.
As Aricen's
I follow
thing
Aricen.
this tree is mostly. You can see this is to stop bigger carts and stuff. Right?
Yeah, like
the scout would have been the one that would stop any people just wandering around it. You know.
Okay.
So
yeah, we carry on onwards through this kind of little canyon.
So you came in from the southern entrance.
Correct. Yeah. We did indeed.
This is where we find out we made a grave error.
yeah. That's guarded by a giant.
I love that it's make 3 of these.
Okay, so as you walk through, you're surrounded by these great big rock walls that kind of like almost kind of cave over towards you, but there's still light beaming through, and you're seeing in that kind of like blinding sunlight, you're seeing like the odd vulture, and the odd like scavenger bird fly over, and with that you can kind of hear the closer you get, oddly silent for a camp. You believe to be a camp ahead, but you can hear the flapping of fabrics, and all you can just smell is just, for the ones of you that can smell, you can just kind of smell just hot leather. And as you get closer and closer, you see a slight kind of, as you go to what it kind of bottlenecks to very, very close to a point where only like people could fit through. So any sort of carts or anything would have, from this entrance at least, would have had to stop and then walk their stuff through. Because this is just from like, this is only, you have to kind of like scoot through it sideways to get into this area, and before you know it, you find yourself looking into an orc camp.
Oh dear.
Gorn just kind of quiet. Oh, I'd probably be at the front, to be fair.
Gorn at the front.
Gorn just quickly kind of goes, "Do you trust me?"
With what exactly?
With the plan.
Yes.
Okay.
Entirely.
So usually, what you see, Gorn.
Yeah.
What all 3 of you could see. To the front left of you, you're seeing a orc similar attire to the scout. But you see him holding a great big axe, and you see him kind of looking into a tent which has like a cagey door.
Okay, fine. Just a quick point of reference. Let me just check something quickly. I'm wondering whether I've got it on my notes actually. Do we? So Gordon's going to say, do we know the name of this lich?
No, I don't
Can't remember if Doran.
Did Doran ever say?
I don't think
so.
he let that information go.
Might have lent a bit more credibility to what I'm about to do, but
well, they referred to him as the Lich.
Here we go.
Just say you're here on behalf of the Dark Wizard.
Gorn just strides over
So as you walk over
to this orc.
So you're walking over to this orc. As you walk over, as you
and he's
pass
and
the
he's
rock,
pointing at him.
Pointing at him. Okay.
Yeah.
As you pass this rock, you see like the way's cleared a little more, and you just see dead in the centre of this camp is a huge, great big, dead, dry tree.
Yeah.
Massive, great big tree.
Yeah.
With roots digging deep into the ground and loads of dead branches overhanging. And before you can get a good enough look at that, the orc just turns.
Yeah. As he's walking up, I do want to hide down, crouch down a bit.
You're crouching, yeah. And Saber?
Saber's going to follow Gorn, and he's kind of like Imperial officer style from Star Wars,
Like
just
marching
hands
over.
behind the back, just kind
So
of like.
can I
bodyguard
also just
kind of
say, actually no, it will link more to what I'm just about to do actually.
Okay.
We've seen Saber walk past me. I'll then just almost stand behind him, as it were.
Okay. Gorn and Saber, roll me a group intimidation check for this one.
Oh, wow.
Actually, no, deception check.
Deception.
Oh god, I'm scared.
You should be with those rolls.
I know. That's what I'm shitting myself about. That's alright.
Great
Actually.
roll.
That's
What
not
was
too
it?
bad. It'll be a 13 plus.
Mine's a
Plus 7, so that's a 20. A dirty 20.
mine's 16 total.
16 total. Okay, so as you walk over,
Can I also say, actually no, don't worry.
as you walk over, this orc kind of like catches your eye, sees you pointing at him, and you just see him kind of like posture up and pull that axe up, but like with a look of question on his face.
So as I stride over, I cast Thaumaturgy at the same time to make my voice boom and my eyes glow.
Okay, okay. Is that's a cantrip, no?
Yeah, it's a cantrip. And he goes, "You call this defense of the tree?"
And you just hear him kind of like, you see him kind of like
And he just
back
goes,
down a little bit with the axe,
"The Lich is unpleased."
and you just hear him go, in common, Lich,
The Lich.
Lich.
He kind of strikes with a backhand.
Okay.
Backhands the orc.
Aricen is going to start making his way up.
The saber walks backwards.
No? I just think.
No, I just moved one forward
Oh, you move forward.
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
because I need to
Just
backhand
gonna,
him. I need to be in range.
Look at Gorn. I don't think he speaks common.
Okay, I'm gonna need unarmed strike
Yeah.
from you. So.
I grab Aricen from behind me as if he's like our servant kind of like
Oh, fucking
interpreter by the way.
Yeah.
And I grab him and I just say in common, interpret like
Yeah.
So that's
throw him.
yes.
And I kind of like throw him to his knees at the front of like next to Gorn,
Right.
and he's gonna dictate between us and the orc. Like he's gonna.
So
Okay.
that's 15 to hit.
15. Yeah, that
Yeah.
hits. Wait, let me double check. Yes, that hits.
Yeah, so he just like backhands him,
Okay.
and then so I'd twigged that he can't.
How much force are you putting into this?
Not a lot. Just literally just to get his attention and try and like get him like
Yeah.
scared.
Okay.
So I'm not trying to like inflict damage. It's like as if I was just to be like,
Okay.
like it's not like
Yeah.
wipe
yeah,
him
yeah,
out.
So it's
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
a little smack. So as you kind of you stride up to this guy,
Kind of
and
a
saying
subtle
what you're
authority.
saying, and this thing's kind of towering over you, but it's kind of like lurchy and lanky.
Yeah.
You can see they're quite malnourished, and you're just reaching up, slapping
Yeah.
your hand, and you just, and you see him raise his axe, and then this is when you throw Saber,
So I
Yeah.
throw Aricen
Aricen
in.
to like his knees, like next.
And
to Gorn.
so I twigged that he couldn't understand where he just repeated the phrase, and I see what you've done. So I just say, tell this creature that the Lich is unpleased with the defence of the tree.
The Lich.
Every time.
It's my new language.
Okay. And he says, "We've kept the tree safe. We've not left. None of us have left."
So I'm guessing you're relaying
Feedback.
this. Yeah. So I just say, your so-called defence was easily taken care of at the outside perimeter of the canyon.
Say exactly that
You've
back
read
in my
that.
wonderful
Okay.
orcish.
And he goes, "Southern side scout.
Dead. Dispatched.
Oh no.
Easily.
Oh god." And again, your
Yeah. It's just a lot easier. Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh no. Well, he was always soft, that one."
As he's saying this conversation, can I just dart my eyes in just to see if anyone's in this enclosure?
In the enclosure, you will see, as you look into that enclosure,
Yeah.
you would see a very scrawny, scraggly orc.
Okay.
fur hides over him,
Mm.
but you can see his ribs. You can see all the striations in his muscles and his shoulders, but they're very long and stringy.
So
His teeth have grown to tusks. His hair is very like unkept, and his eyes are kind of like milky glazed over.
So
that's what you see.
Gordon just goes.
Oh,
Gordon just
shit,
goes
fuck.
softer than this. Sorry, creature.
He says, "A deserter, we call. We'll use him for meat. Not that there's much meat on his bones."
Disappointing. All of this. And he just turns to York and just says, "Who's in charge here
The Lich.
of this camp?
Always the Lich.
No one runs this organisation."
The Lich. We gotta stay here. We have to look after the tree. Make sure nothing happens to the tree. Don't go in. Never go in the circles and the squares that are around the tree. We can't pass the markings. And we can't leave. Well, the Lich will come back for us.
Go fetch all of the others.
And
then
see
he-
him kind of like
yeah.
turn and
Yeah. Okay.
As the orc's going to do that, say he was going to take a really confident walk up to the tree and just stand and observe.
So as you walk up to the tree, you see around the tree, all like around the circumference of the tree, and the radius, I suppose you call it, is marking circles, squares, a number of squares. It's made it almost looks to the untrained eye as some sort of protective barrier. So I'm going to need an Arcana check.
Ooh.
Cool. Oh, that's a big boy. That's +6 too.
That's a fat roll.
23.
Okay, so what Saber can see as he looks at this, you can see it's a trick and a mockery of any sort of protection spell. It's the equivalent of someone a kid writing on their bedroom door, "No girls allowed."
Okay.
Irrelevant, but it's
Well,
enough to
but
trick
that
them.
worked for me, Elliot.
Oh, I think we best move on.
Emotional damage.
So,
Take 5 emotional damage.
It'll be more than 5.
So you'll see that the tree is just, with these markings, they're just kind of exuding, they're like shooting light out of the tree. Like the tree is just like giving off light itself.
Okay.
So if I was to put my hand out or touch the marking, then I just like kneel to the floor like one knee kind of style. And what are the markings kind of like made out of?
So
Is it
you'll
like-
notice that it is basically a very dried out mould.
mold,
My Lord.
and I just put my hand on it and just wipe like a bit away, and I know it's just false. Like the
Yeah.
whole thing is just false. Okay, I do that, and then I make a slow walk back to the other two.
As we're left alone with this one in the cage,
Yeah.
I just say, Aricen, will you relay this? Ask him why he deserted.
So look in the cage.
Why did you desert?
So
The accent
kind of
game is
just,
strong.
he's barely even looking at you, and you kind of just see him kind of like drift over towards. Are all three of you at the door of it?
Me and Aricen, I think Saber's on his way back.
I'm on my way
You're
back.
around there, yeah. Okay, so both at the door, and he just kind of looks up at you, and he says, "There's no way to live," but he says this in common, so everyone understands.
Ah.
There's no way to live. We're starving to death. Whether it's the starvation, the sun, or the Lich, we're going to die anyway. Better sooner rather than later.
He says, remind me when the Lich first visited this establishment.
Well, it was to put that beast in the tree.
Oh, when?
When? Oh.
How long have you been here?
And you see him kind of like counting on his fingers. He's like, I don't even know anymore. the days have all merged into weeks, into moons. I don't know how long we've been here now.
Let's see.
I make my way back to the
Very well.
Goliath and say, kind of under my
Gorn,
breath.
yeah, so Gorn just nods to like get a bit away from him
And I say,
because I'm just like he can speak common.
Oh, okay.
We're whispering.
and I just say, yeah, we're kind of lower,
Yeah.
lower toned just for this conversation.
Hushed voices.
Mm-hmm.
And I say to openly to the both of them,
It's all fake. The markings around the tree don't do anything. It's just enough to scare
These creatures.
these guys into
Did
protecting
you-
it. There's nothing magical about it at all.
Did you notice him or this creature in the tree?
I didn't get anything like that, but I just didn't want to move
I see.
any further beyond in case I was
Shall we,
seen. Or
Should we have a circuit around it just to see whether we can see anything?
why don't we wait for?
Do you think you could persuade the orcs to just leave? Maybe to get food while we
Maybe
protect
if
the tree?
if we say they've done such a poor job that they leave this place.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. I
I'll
think
see
if
what
they
I can
see
do.
us moving past these markings,
Oh,
then they
good
know
lord.
into.
Oh yeah, there's a few of them.
So this conversation comes
Yeah.
to a stop, the orc that you were talking to before brings back a number
Yeah.
of other orcs.
Yeah.
2 other males and a female.
Yeah.
Again, each as unkept and as malnourished looking as the last. And as they come past, they kind of like scour at the one in the
The deserter.
in the cage.
So the deserter termed it like when he wanted to put the other guy in the tree, wasn't it? That's why the Lich arrived. That's what the deserter said to me, wasn't it?
What he
He said, like, because when he thought I said why not when, he said he arrived to put the guy in the tree.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why the Lich
yeah.
was here.
So Gorn just like clicks at the one that he's already spoken to.
Yeah,
and
and
he
he
kind of
kinda-
like give him a bit of a
she
shock.
kind
to.
of comes over.
Once again, Aricen falls into his shoulder just to start speaking in
Yeah.
Orcish and just parroting everything that's been
Over
said.
his shoulder. Yeah.
Show me the state of the tree, the captive within.
Okay. Oh, of course.
So we follow him to.
And he starts wandering through the camp, and he takes you up, and you see as he walks past these tents.
Yeah.
You're seeing in these tents,
Mhm.
you're catching the odd glimpse as the wind blows the
Yeah.
tents all are open, and it's just sandy floors,
Oof.
just old dry roots and sticks and twigs,
Desolate
and
place.
it's just there's nothing of it. And as he walks past this tent, you see him very cautiously give a wide berth to the
To the market.
markings around it. And keeps
Fair
going,
enough.
and he says, mind the markings, mind the markings.
So Gorn plays along, knowing after like what Saber's told him.
Yeah.
So he's like not concerned, but he's just going to play along with the.
And he gets
the
up
rules
to
basically.
this end, the other end, the northern
Yeah.
side of the tree, and he kind of turns his body to kind of announce what is in front of you, and what you'll see is this tree. In the base of this tree, you just see a huge Goliath of a man. Again, long hair, long greyed beard, and this tree has just consumed him almost entirely. You're just seeing part of his shoulders, his chest, and his face, but you're seeing the roots have grown up and over his eyes, and it looks a little something like this.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that
he
looks
is like
amazing.
waist deep into the roots of the tree.
Jesus.
And you can see him, and he's kind of just like mouth open, just almost like he's on a like a life support machine. Yeah, but an organic one. So
Okay.
you're seeing the tree looks very dry and dead, but you can see there's still a little bit of life in it. You can see it through these vines. These vines still
Mhm.
they're kind of like half vine, half root, and it's just bark, which is just
Yeah.
completely consumed this Goliath. And yeah, so you see the tree. It looks almost as dead as it can possibly be, except maybe like it's got 2% life in it.
Okay, fine.
Is he just completely still? Can you see
Yeah,
him breathing?
There's
Can
no,
see
you can't see any.
no movement.
You can't see
no
any movement. You see all of these roots all coming out, all over his eyes, all kind of like running up his neck, all kind of like going into his mouth, all going into his ears. Like this tree is slowly consuming this
Okay.
man.
So as Gorn's walked around, he's noticed what perhaps looks like drums behind that north tent.
Mm-hmm.
So he's kind of just made an eye to Saber and Aricen and just like nodded towards them, just in case.
Aricen thinking, why the fuck does he want to play a drum?
Inspiration. And basically, he looks at this kind of sorry creature in the tree and just turns to the orc and just says, "Does it ever speak to you?"
He says, no. He's as good as part of the tree now.
I see. Well, I have news that may be of relief to you, considering how much you have failed in your endeavour.
As you're saying this, the other orcs are catching up now.
Yeah. And he just goes, I just say, consider your time here at its end. Leave this place at once, but leave the deserter for us to deal with.
He says, what are you going to do with him?
The Lich will take him as a sacrifice.
How are you? Lich said that nothing could get him out unbound from this tree.
And with that, see what this plays out. Kind of booms his voice again using thaumaturgy, and he kind of just says, "If the Lich didn't trust me, would he allow me to do this?" And I step through the markings.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck!
Give me
Cool.
a
I like that.
give me a deception check with advantage.
Okay.
Love that. It's a +7. That's a big +7.
It is. Where's my?
Just as he kind of
Yeah.
brushes past me as well, I just want to do guidance.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh!
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah,
A plus?
D4.
+4.
D4.
Yeah, plus D4.
Oh fucking hell! Thank
Well,
God you
don't
did
need
that.
it.
Oh no.
Plus
That was a
D4.
terrible roll.
What was it? Oh, we were
A 2 and a 3.
That was a 2 and a 3.
Oh
Elliot.
my god.
We're back to my
Yeah.
regular rolls.
Can I use my inspiration for his thing that I already have on my thing, please, for a re-roll?
Yes.
Oh shit.
One or both
Oh
though?
fella.
1.
One of them.
Yeah.
Let's re-roll
Unless
the
Crawley
two.
wants to use his inspiration.
Maybe he's
It's
Fuck
not
off.
fuck all our inspirations of this voice.
It's fucking one.
He's so
It's
shit.
actually one.
He's so shit.
gotta
Can you
go with
just
that
kill
one.
him?
You gotta go. That's on that one.
Yeah.
As we
You
well
might have to-
know.
Have you got inspiration?
I do, yeah.
You can't do twice on one thing anyway.
Oh,
Otherwise we'll
fine.
just be here all day.
Can I? But where it's with advantage,
This is
can
no
I not
Baldur's
still
Gate.
take the free?
No, that's an inspiration roll, Daddy. Inspiration roll.
Oh, I thought it was to roll one of them again. No.
There's just a re-roll.
Oh
One.
shit!
It
Would have
wasn't
been
a
better
roll
with the other one.
Was it with advantage?
It was with advantage. That's why. I
Surely
thought
it
it was-
still takes the
inspiration.
time.
See, that's what
No.
confused. Oh,
Unless
fuck.
you both used it, which you didn't.
Oh,
so
good
that's a
lord.
nat 1.
Oh shit!
So as we know, with an inspiration roll, we take the. I mean, to be fair, who would have guessed you would have got lower than a 3 or a 2?
You are shit.
So,
yeah.
but you got a 1.
I
So,
did, yeah.
Out of 3 dice there, you got a 3, 2, and a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's letting this guy lead the charge in the Orc camp?
Well, up
Well,
to that point,
it
great.
was good rolls up until that.
So as you go to walk
I trip over the wall.
over onto that, the Orc goes, "Oh no, Master, don't!" And he goes to kind of like grab you, and as he grabs you, just instinctively, you just see this kind of big Orc hand coming at you. You just kind of and you flinch, and you trip, and as you trip, you fall back onto the markings, which breaks the markings, and then Grom just comes falling from your cloak onto the dusty grass. He's like that, and they're like, "Oh!" And you're just hearing a load of all of these orcs kind of like, "Oh, oh." You're hearing like confusion, and as you lay there, kind of like back to the ground,
Yeah.
facing up in the sky, like looking at these orcs. What you have a moment to say, or
I just say, you dare touch me! I just play into it. Play into it.
Okay.
Keep rolling with the punches.
Right, okay. What is Aricen and Saber doing right now?
I am going to just almost kind of crouch down, pretend I'm a little bit scared of what's going on, touch the floor, and I want to cast Entangle and have the roots basically go underneath him and almost kind of put him back upright.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. What do you have to roll for that?
Just as a spell. I
Just a
think
spell,
you have to
yeah.
make a save to not get tangled up, but I'm not trying to use it as that. I'm just trying to use it as roots to...
I'd say he'd still need to roll it to not get stuck in them.
I roll it.
Oh, he's finessed me there.
Done it.
Well, no, because you don't want to roll the save because...
He's finessed me, but can he please roll it?
Yeah. It hurts, but it's true. So what am I doing? Rolling a save to not actually get stuck in it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me dead. Right. What am I?
I suppose
What do I
stand
need?
up. It's not a tough one to beat, mate.
Joe, I've done a 3, a 2, and a 1.
2 and a 3.
What is it? A wisdom
14 strength.
Oh, strength again!
That's not a good one. You might have.
That's not a good one, John.
You might have fucked me a little bit here, Joe.
But it's just to push him up, rather.
That's not what that one.
Oh my god, he's so shit. Tell me that's a fucking 1 dice. There's a dice with just 1 on it.
It was going so well.
It
was going so well.
He's rolled the last 4, a 3, a 2, a 1 and a 1. That's outrageous.
I think I'm not going to use that dice anymore.
Not going to use that dice. Okay, so
So I've been stuck in it.
as this entangle kind of
going
how does this spell look?
So obviously as
I
I'm
was
touching
living
the
on the high
ground,
there, Brad.
they'll see kind of like these cracks start to move towards Gorn.
And they're all like, oh.
And then you'll kind of see the roots start to grow up through these cracks, and then all of a sudden you'll see Gorn kind of just start to move up, and me trying to get him to obviously standing up straight,
Yeah.
but as it kind of wraps up around, I guess it's
Yeah,
just
so
at
that's
the
what
time.
you wanted to happen.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, Gorn is extremely accident prone, and again, it's for some reason leading this charge. So the roots kind of come up, and these are kind of like there's a hint of green to them, but they're a lot of like white, similar to it. Almost looks like the tree is unrooting itself and doing something to Gorn.
He says this like anyone else could have rolled those.
And these roots push up, and you see it start to push Gorn up like that, but then they kind of wrap around his arms, wrap around his chest, and wrap around his neck, and then just pull him back into place. And you see the orcs being like, hang on a minute.
So then I'm just going to walk up. It's going to go even worse.
Oh
Just
no.
like... in
Where are you
orcish.
walking up to?
So I'm walking up to Gorn.
Okay. So Gorn is now there in the tree.
Okay, so I'm going to walk across, ignoring all the orcs.
As you do that, this orc next to you is going to grab you.
So I'm going to
he's gonna
immediately
say-
just try and
He's
swim
going to
through.
say, translator, no! And I'm going to need you to roll me a dexterity throw.
Oh shit.
Don't worry, baby. I'm lit with my rolls.
You know the worst bit as well? I think with the guidance
Dex.
and the +7, I might have
Or
actually
anything
passed it as well.
Well, he went 10 and then plus
14.
I
four.
had, yeah. But then Joe did the inspiration.
The
That's the
inspiration's
worst
always
bit.
good. Okay, yeah, so
It's
14.
not always, yeah, no.
And as he goes to grab you, you just kind of like slip through his hands, and he misses you. And then what
Okay.
do you do?
So I'm looking dead at Gorn, and then I'll just kind of look over my shoulder as I'm walking towards Gorn and be like, in Orcish,
Fine. You have seen our deception.
and then click my fingers, and then the entangle will just come away from him.
Okay, so Gorn is
Try and
currently
carry on the
prone.
big balls.
Fuck me.
Okay. And you see him kind of like ready his axe, and he says, "Deception." And the other orcs kind of now move a little closer, and you see another one kind of over close by Saber's, over by Saber on the other side of you.
Yeah.
And he says, "What is this mockery of the tree?"
Mockery. We are doing something you should have done. Protect it. We have passed through the circle and you've done fuck all.
And they say, "Well, then we We'll do as the Lich asks. Are they already their weapons? And we're going to be going
Oh!
for a
Shit!
little fighting time now,
Shit!
boys.
I nearly had it. I nearly had it.
So close, but some terrible
rolls.
there.
You
Yeah.
suck ass, man.
Oh, 100%. It was going. I had such a full sense of.
Who rolls
You
a
know.
3 and a 2 with advantage?
Honestly.
Oh, it
And
happens.
then a 1 and a 1.
And
I
then
think
that
you rolled a
one-
3 and a 2 last time with advantage.
And then
didn't
another
you?
I did.
one. No, it was a 2 and
I
a 2,
did.
I'm pretty sure.
The rolls are unreal.
Right.
The worst
You
bit
get
is
some new
though.
dice.
The worst bit is that I probably would have passed it with the +7 and
Okay, guys.
everything else.
It's initiative roll time. Roll that shit. So,
Fuck, man.
you couldn't have fucked that up more. It
So-
was going so well.
Rule 1, Kieran never leads from now on.
And then I rolled a 20 on the fucking combat. That's because it's through the fucking.
You try and make it up
app.
now, man. Yeah, only roll there.
Yeah, I probably should only roll through the app to be fair. Yeah, well, all the rolls in the earlier part of the session went really well.
No, my fucking initiative's always so shit.
That was mine.
Yeah, yours was dog poop. Hey, this
Right.
got 20 on the...
I thought we were
Yeah.
going to get through this
Okay.
without murdering them all.
Gorn is.
Would have been
They're
nice.
still orcs. They might be malnourished, but I must warn you, they're still orcs.
Yeah.
There's still an orc warband camp.
Yeah.
And with this, all of the orcs ready their weapons and kind of like gain their stance. And Gorn gets enough time to spring to his feet.
Yeah.
And he's first in the initiative roll.
Okay.
So what is the
So,
what's the play?
Such a piece of shit.
that's rude. I'm trying to think of where I can go.
Oh, I'm right at the bottom.
Yes,
Yeah,
right,
mate,
yes, 6
yeah.
will do that.
It's my fault. Yeah, sorry, mate.
After he's been digging him out for the last
Yeah, literally. I was doing such good plays as well. Got let down.
Right, let's get this
Dice
timer
make
going
the
because
stories,
Gorn
boys.
needs shit
Oh, sorry, we were
to take
chatting. Yeah. So I'm going to cast Darkness.
I have to just ask. We didn't get any much rest, did we? So
We got a short rest.
Yeah, we got a short
rest.
We got a short rest before.
Yeah, yeah.
Not got a lot of spells.
Yeah, problematic.
I'm going to cast
for a squishy wheel
Darkness.
right in the front of an orc.
on
Put that measurement down.
these fellas right here.
Nice.
So they're both blind. So because they're blind, I think.
So we went for those two, not the ones next to the wizard. An interesting choice.
Well, because there's
You have to
reason
be that
there's
close to
reason
it.
behind it.
Right. Okay.
If they're blind, I'm assuming I can walk past without opportunity attacks because they don't know I'm there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah
So I'm doing a step across to there.
There's still a toad on the floor in the sand.
Oh shit! Yeah, there's Grom, isn't there?
A library of knowledge just gets splattered.
I was
by
going
a
to
orc.
say. Okay, I'll quickly just.
So that will be your bonus action to pick them
I'm
up.
a scumbag.
That's fine. I
Yeah.
can do that. Yeah. So action and bonus action, and then why is it not letting me?
It could be just because. So where do you want to go?
Well, so I'd like to go.
There,
Up. Yeah, up there. Yeah,
Try and
basically.
move
Just
now.
want
It
to
might
go.
have just been where you were stuck.
And then I'm gonna just go to here so I can watch these drums from where I picked up the alarm earlier, just in
Okay.
case these aren't all of the orcs in the camp, basically.
Okay.
And then because I've used my action on the darkness and I've used my bonus to get
Pick up the
Rom,
wrong
so I guess unfortunately that is my turn.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, it was going so well.
Okie dokie. Right, so this orc, he's in darkness, so he can't see, but he can see where
So
there's
he
not
steps
darkness. So he steps out of the darkness, and here he comes across a little little druidic boy, and you see him ready this great axe and swing that straight towards you.
This ain't great.
Right, yes, so that is swinging this great axe at you. Let's roll it. What is...
Alright, I do have a question.
Yes.
Obviously, I would have been in the ring,
What ring?
the tree ring. Would he have stepped in?
I don't think you're in it.
You're on like the
Well,
cusp.
went
You're on
to-
the, you're on the cusp of it.
You're kind of on it. He's not stepped
That-
in it. He's 5 foot away.
He's
from
out of it.
But how far in was Gorn? Because
I was in the tree.
He was. Basically, you're on the step of it. Gorn was 5 foot in front of you, and he's 5 foot behind you.
So there's not much space between the ring and the tree, then, basically.
No, it's like
No.
Oh,
He wasn't. He
right.
wasn't massively. He wasn't touching the tree, but he was.
I was near it.
in
I was
the ring.
in the ring.
Right. So you're a 15.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
I'm
So-
so annoyed.
So
So
this
annoyed,
orc
Brad.
pulls this great axe up, and he just brings it straight down towards Aricen. Oh, and it kind of, as it kind of comes at you, Aricen kind of like in awe of this massive great axe coming at him. He kind of like falls back a little bit and steps back into slightly into the ring, and he takes a little 6 damage as it cuts through his his shoulder and his chest, and then like hits the ground. And that is that orc's go. Who's the orc now? This one here. So this one here, avoiding the tree circle, he is going to. You kind of see him like look around and think, oh, that's going to take too long. So he just pulls a javelin off of his back,
Oh fuck.
and kind of you can see him with his arm aiming it Saber's direction. And he
misses,
goes.
still gets me.
He goes for the alley-oop.
Kill me.
14. No.
No, it doesn't.
So he throws that javelin and it just whistles past Saber, very close to him though, and it goes into the tent behind him.
Oh fuck.
And
Just
with
scream
that,
from in the tent.
Yeah.
he moves. How much movement do these boys got? Yeah. So he moves to there.
Yeah.
Next Orcus Malorcus, the one next to Saber, and he just, as he's already run next to Saber, he pulls up that great axe and he kind of swings it around and tries to side chop Saber. Oh, and that's a hit.
What do you get?
15.
A bastard.
Bastard.
Oh, you bastard.
Problematico.
Oh, God.
Max damage.
As that is a side hit, that's fully just hits you full on side on, and it's like a car's hit you. A very sharp car, or in this terms, a donkey, has hit you hard, and Saber
Fuck.
winces as this kind of axe it gets kind of like caught in you a little bit, and then the orc just unhooked, like kind of
Oh!
pulls it back out.
Fuck me.
So that's some big damage, and that is that orc.
Oh, it's not good, man. I'm so annoyed.
Aricen.
Okay, I'm going to look at the geezer next to me, stare him in the eyes in the orcish,
Don't say we didn't warn you.
and then just smash my hands together, and as I do, those kind of big gorilla arms come back out.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Okie.
And go straight into a multi-attack on his fucking head.
So, you're a gorilla boy again, and a multi-attack. What are you rolling? These are all going to be manual rolls, aren't they?
Yeah, baby. So to hit, obviously, first. 12 plus 18.
Yep.
So that's
Wish I could roll like
the
that.
fist attack. And then it gnashes. Hey, that's a 17
Yep.
anyway, plus 6, so 23. 10 on the hands, and then max damage.
Oof.
11, so 21 damage as I
Excellent.
start to smash his face in, and then just grab a big chunk of his
Okay, so
flesh.
you see Aricen kind of like say his line in Orcish and smash his hands together. When he smashes his hands together, this hair just erupts from his arms and he just swells up and grows, and then his kind of mouth opens. As his mouth opens, his massive gorilla's head kind of comes out of his
Like a
mouth, and it just pulls back into the mane, and he kind of grabs a hold of the orc, just starts pummeling, and you just see this orc just getting absolutely mangled, and then he just grabs him by the shoulders, sinks his teeth into his throat, and rips his throat out, and you just see all of this blood spurt out, and then that orc drops down dead.
Aricen's an absolute beast.
Okay, that is Aricen
Damn.
taking the life of our first orc.
And then I want to
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, he did.
make my way in between Saber and this orc.
Yeah, so you're walking through there, yeah? Okay.
Is it gonna let me go down?
So you want to go, hang on.
Yeah, just down
You wanna
walk.
go
Yeah,
there?
but that's it. Perfect.
Yep, yep.
And I'm gonna end my turn just staring at this next orc in the face.
All time. Okay,
Just blood
So
all
that's-
over my mouth.
that's your go, yeah?
Fists.
Panting.
Yeah.
Did you do the...
I shouldn't. That's actually a feat. though.
Damn it.
Is that a feat?
Yeah.
Fuck. Was it like intimidate them or put spear in them?
Chest beat.
That's mad.
Okay, so
Yeah, so they got to succeed on a wisdom or be frightened.
Oh, that's so
No
cool.
way.
As if I called that as well. I was like, did it put the fear in them?
He knows his D&D.
Don't even know that. I just thought it might.
So this orc kind of runs out of the darkness and steps over that kind of mangled body of the other orc, and he's kind of like looking kind of worried and
Darkness
disturbed
was
by it all,
useless.
and he runs up to Saber, the squishy wizard, and he readies his battle axe.
I'm sorry, Saber, I tried.
Sorry as well, I kind of left
Fuck
you
you,
weak on
guys.
that side.
Joe's like,
To be fair, but
Whoopsie.
Ape just, well, the silverback just saw smoke over there, so he was like, fuck it, that's empty.
and then he
Oh,
takes the
oh,
blood.
good.
Get away.
He swings that thing, but as he's just come out of that darkness, a little bit kind of comes with him. It's all over his face.
Oh,
He's kind of like,
good.
oh, he swings it and misses, and that is his go.
Thank God.
Turn, save
Let's get
speed.
these squishable
Okie dokie.
damage time.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, like, shoving someone or whatever is a bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, I'm going to use... What level spell was that? Oh, yes, I have a few of those left. So, level 1, I'm going to cast... which orcs are... Okay, so it's that one
It's only the one in the radius of my
That
darkness
one.
that's dead.
This is the one that's
and
dead.
that one, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to look at this one in the eyeballs. He's missed me and I'm like that.
Oh, he's back.
And I'm like that. And I cast Burning Hands, which I'll do
Ooh.
now, on the tent behind him.
Oh. Right, so with that burning hands, that's going to go across
It's
to
a
get
cone,
him
so-
and
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool, yeah.
So
Okay.
if that gets him as well, shall I do that and roll for it?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, isn't it just a save of burn hands?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a save, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, put that cone down and see where that's going.
How do I turn it?
Oh god, I can't remember.
Can
You
you
place
get rid
it
of
and
your
then turn
smoky
it?
one?
Huh?
Can you get rid of your smoky one?
But no, it's still darkness, isn't it?
It's still
your
there,
Concentration
it's still
is not
there.
dropped.
I'm gonna keep it up.
It'll still be usable.
I can drop it on my turn if needed. You can
Oh,
always,
you're doing it that way?
No, I want
no,
to
no,
turn
you
you
it.
can always
turn
shout
it.
it in,
Ah!
in the game, Joe.
I don't know how to do that, G.
Oh, you're a
I'm
gorilla.
the gorilla.
Can we just assume
So-
that that's going to hit him and the tent behind?
Yes, why is that not able to? Yeah, so that's going to hit him in a 10. I'm just trying to see if it would hit you. So you'll aim it so it doesn't hit Gorn, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That's why I want to know.
No, he wants to inflict some damage.
Yeah, for those rolls.
Yeah.
Cool, okay, so that would hit
So-
him, that would also hit that corpse, and that will set light to that tent. So he's going to need a, if you cast that, so he can
Yeah.
do,
So I'm gonna roll damage, and then you just need to do a
yeah, roll it there,
dexterity
Leo.
throw.
13. So dexterity saving throw for that orc.
Is 15, so any less than that.
Oh,
Yes,
so
full
he,
damage.
yeah, so what does this look like coming from you?
So I've just gone like dodged his action, come back again, and I'm just whatever Saber can smile. He just lets off like
Oh,
a
you
bit
can
of a
smile.
smile.
Oh,
he's
you
like
can
that.
smile, we've seen that.
And then out of his nub hand, he's just
Nub
It's like his
That's
cannon
the
hand.
thing he
He
said.
loves it.
It's like a Mega Man
Yeah,
blaster,
yeah.
isn't it?
And he's just gonna.
Like a little flash. Okay, so that kind of that burning hands comes clean out of that amputated stump, and it
kind
just
of see
completely takes him.
A bit of fire kind of roll.
Nice, okay, and that burns. You see that kind of light him up. It starts to set light to the tent behind, and it also sets light to the body of the dead orc, which Aricen's just pummeled. So that is just charring away on the floor.
Bonus action as a shove action. I want to kick him in the chest and kick him in the tent.
Nice.
Oh, he's doing a Sparta kick.
So with that, roll me a dexterity 15 saving throw, because you're kicking someone which is currently alight with flame.
Oh fuck.
It is covered in fur.
Fuck it.
And you're kicking it into the burning tent, yeah?
Kicking him into the burning tent.
Nice. Just roll the.
Okay, this isn't gonna go well. Oh, yes. 18.
18,
Oh,
nice. Okay, so you kick him clear in like a patch of the stomach where there is no fur, and it just boots him. And I'm gonna need a strength roll for you.
Ah! I don't want to roll that dice again because that was quite good.
Well, you don't want to roll my dice.
They're due a good roll.
I don't know.
Strength is plus that is a 14.
14. Okay, so I would say you kick him. It's not as much force as you'd have hoped, but you don't catch a light at least. But he does kind of step back. He doesn't fall back into the tent, but he steps back, so he's closer to it now. He's 5 foot away from you.
Okay, he's 5 foot away from me.
My grill.
Gorn's gonna fuck him up, don't you?
Yeah, you kick him over the Gorn.
Throw your dice at him, Gorn's doing more damage.
Right, if that's your go, then you'll go.
See a tear go down Gordon's face.
Can I step down? No, I can't go anywhere different, can I?
He hears the fourth wall being broken. Abuse getting shouted at him.
Gorn, almost your go. You're up next.
Yeah, I'm fine. I know what I'm gonna do.
Let me done.
Yeah. So then I'm gonna do. Well, I'm not in combat with that orc. If I step back, would it be an opportunity attack or?
I'd say it would. Yeah, you're close enough now. He's got his back to
Okay,
you, but
fine.
it would.
I'm just gonna do an Eldritch Blast on him and the one to my right.
Bosha.
I can't even see the geezer to your right. I was like, where is
No, there's one to my right.
yeah. 10's blocked in him.
So 23 to hit the
Oh,
one on the left.
That's a hit.
So then, hang on, sorry, and then the damage of that one, the first one, is 14. So that's the one on the left.
That's that one on the left.
So I just pull my staff off my back and just swing it round in like an arc. And because he's so close to me, I just clock him with the lightning.
Okay,
like crackle.
So he pulls that staff off his back and he kind of spins round backhand, and as that energy, that purple eldritch energy, is crackling through the base up to the top.
Yeah.
He hits so Gorn hits the orc just as that crackling energy hits the top of it, and it just, in an explosion of purple electric energy, green flesh, white skull bone, you just see that head just explode, and the orc
continuing
just drops.
the arc from like right to left, I then aim the staff at the one to the left, to the left of me, so on the right hand side, and I then try to discharge all that energy into the other one.
Yeah, line it up, baby.
17 to hit.
That's a hit.
You can roll on the PC.
I can on the PC, yeah. And then that's 15 damage on that boy.
And then that, so you blast that guy's head off with that momentum, you spin round, and then another pulse of eldritch kind of power blasts toward this orc, and it just takes him off his feet, throws him through. You see this kind of area, this thing here, so it's kind of like, it's almost like a totem, so it's like a great big stone
massive like axe.
And it is similar to the scaffolding structure that you saw earlier, but it's only about 10 foot high. But there is that weak point in the middle of it where the two planks cross, and he just gets blasted through backwards, taken off his feet, blasted into that, and it cracks through that scaffolding, and he's just stuck in it. And as that happens, the axe thing, which is now unstable, kind of just swings around and.
Oh my god!
Brown
And then where
red.
that one just on the floor next to me, like the eldritch kind of energy that was like crackling from where his head's just popped, slowly starts to like coalesce and then just forms a shield on me.
Oh yes, your temporary damage.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, cool. 2 kills in one go. That's crazy.
Smashed him. And then so they're both dead now, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
So then I then just take a step to the right, just so my view of. Oh, actually, that one's dead. Actually, no. I then take 2 steps back.
Okay.
And then I'm a turn.
Cool. Okay, so we've got another orc, and this orc, he kind of like raises his axe, and as he kind of looks at the gorilla, they kind of make eye contact for a minute. I want the gorilla to roll a intimidation check.
What was it?
15.
Oh, nice.
Any addition to that? That added charisma? Not added charisma.
Intimidation. What would intimidation be? Strength?
Charisma.
It's
Right?
generally charisma.
Is it charisma?
Let me just check, because if I check
Go
my
charisma.
That's,
stats,
that's not applicable because it's an animal, so it's really bad.
What is it?
It's -2.
I don't
But that wouldn't-
buy that for
no.
it.
intimidation for me is +7, which is charisma. But
But that is different for a human
I'd
because
say
the way you
so,
talk.
yeah.
Add your strength. 'Cause it's
Then that's a
fucking gorilla.
+4. So
it's a
19.
fucking gorilla, yeah. Yeah, that's
You're not
true.
gonna be like,
I'm
oh,
just gonna
I'm
start-
not intimidated because this doofus can't speak.
Yeah, it's literally just arse out, chest up.
Arse out. What are we doing here? So he sees that.
What are we
He
doing?
just drops his axe, disengages, turns around, and just.
As kind of, as soon as he's close, I just want to grab him.
Oh!
Okay, so go for a. Give me strength roll.
Holy shit, he's going for the grab.
It's a natural 20.
Oh!
Yes,
Now let's see what this orc can pull out the bag.
What do they feel like?
That's a natural 1.
So I basically want to grab him, and as he's kind of running, his legs kind of just lift up from under him, drag him onto the floor, and I basically want my mitt to just go round his neck and
Yep.
pin him to the floor.
Yep. Okay, I would say that's his go, and he is now prone, pinned to the floor with you.
Surely he shits himself on that one as well.
I think he pisses himself.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
yeah. Even he was fine.
Sounds like piss.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Right, and that's his go. What's Aricen doing now with this fleeing, unarmed person?
So
Malnourished individual.
That originally we were trying not to kill.
bitch boy pinned to the floor. Gonna stand over
So
him.
it's because Aricen is the BBE.
Oh, he's turning. He's spending too much time with us two.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the chest beat to instill some fear into him. So he's
You already had that.
I think, yeah, I was going to say, you've already done that.
doubling up. So
Yeah.
stand over him, just.
Yeah.
So DC 12 Wisdom save from him
Okay.
to
DC
not be
12,
double scared.
And that's wisdom.
You can give him disadvantage if you want, mate. I don't mind.
disadvantage.
I mean, you already got
No.
him feared,
Yeah.
you know?
What was it?
12.
Yep. No, he's scared. Very scared.
Good. Okay.
As
He's,
expected.
you're now smelling a foul smell coming
Good.
from the floor.
Okay. And then Aricen's just going to drop his form and just be a human Aricen or elf Aricen stand over him.
Okay, so how does that look?
So kind of
So
as
Big
I
Mitt
beat,
is on his throat at the moment.
yeah, so I've gone up onto my legs, beat my chest, looked back down, like dead eye, straight into his soul, and then just dropped the form. So kind of that hair goes straight back into the skin.
Yep.
Go back. And
And
then
you've now you've not got a hand on there. On his
no,
neck
so
anymore.
now I'm just
So you're
kind of
kind of
looking
still
over him, legs kind of over his neck
And
as
he's-
such.
This orc's kind of looking up at you, just in complete fear, and he says, "What are you gonna do to me?"
Depends what information you have.
What do you need?
Everything on the Lich.
How long you got?
A long time.
Can I get up?
Slowly. and then I step aside.
Okay, so stepping aside. Is everyone, if that's the end of Aricen's go, it is Saber next. Is everyone happy with that?
I'm happy with how the current situation's getting handled.
I also do feel, just because obviously that was in Orcish.
Yep, so they know what's going on.
He's clearly given up.
Well, I can say, I can already
You
see,
couldn't tell.
I can see he shit his pants, pissed his drawers, and dropped his axe after he's been
after
been ragdolled by a gorilla. So I'm like, we've got this
Yeah,
covered.
we got him.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm fine with that.
I know Saber is
out.
fighting the urge to not blow this guy's brains out.
You wait till you hear what I'm going to say.
Oh no.
What is it?
Not understanding Orcish at all.
So as this orc is getting up and dusting.
Or the
his
great-
Wait,
face,
you said that you relayed it, no?
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Well, I
did
basically
say
said that I'd tell you obviously that he's given up.
So
Yeah.
as Aricen's turning around to tell
I
people
retract
that.
it.
Yeah.
No, as Aricen's turning around, he hasn't told
Fine,
you.
no,
There's-
fine,
This
fine.
is a 6-second window.
Saber's just going to run over like he was going to go through a smack and then hear that and be like, oh.
He's running over. He's a wizard. What is he running to?
He wanted to torch some of his stump again.
I'm a big fucking stone fucking thing guy.
Right, okay. And that is the end of combat.
You're laughing like I wasn't going to
Just,
stand on it.
Strike
out
kids
of-
walk
out
curb
of
stop
combat.
coming.
It was coming.
Because obviously, I know I did say to like gather all of the orcs or like gather the others and all of that, and obviously we've just slain a few.
Mm-hmm.
I get my dagger and I just slice the tops of these 2 drums.
Slice the drums, okie dokie, okie dokie. Right, let me
Tactical.
turn off that. Right, so these 2 drums are sliced,
Yeah.
you say.
Brown bread, mate.
Ask him if there's anyone else. Is there any more?
Oh, sick! I didn't know you could do that.
Okay, those are sliced.
Don't even
So
say those drums.
those drums are falling in on themselves and are now no longer usable. So yeah, you're surrounded by 3 corpses.
Yeah.
1 charred, 1 that's been collapsed by a like a ceremonial axe thing.
fucking.
And the other one which, his head had been blown off,
Yeah.
that was right. And the orc kind of like steps back, still keeping away from the markings.
Yeah.
And he says, what do you need to know?
Firstly, any more of you?
He says, just the deserter. And the scouts in the other canyons.
When was the Lich last here?
He says, and you see him kind of trying to think back. He's like, it was last year when this one was barely overgrown, and he points at the Goliath in the tree, which has got a lot of time worth of tree growth
It's a
around.
very long time ago.
Why did he put him in the tree?
He says, never told us.
What does the Lich look like?
And you kind of see him, kind of like visibly scared as he's recalling the last time he saw this Lich.
Well, can't think of it.
I think you think of it, you can remember it far too
Remembers
well.
it too
Oh,
well.
gotcha.
Kind of like lost his train of thought by the memory of the
Speak.
Lich. He says, not death. Death in a body.
Many more than that?
He said he looked like death, but I don't understand what that
Was
really
there-
looks like.
Maybe the personification of death.
Ah. We're talking about that.
Gordon just points like
Did-
at
Did you see if he was wearing a necklace? Something around his chest?
He said, "There was an amulet, but he seemed to make it go inside his chest like a protective shell."
Okay.
Anything else we need to know?
Gordon just kind of goes to Aricen and Saber. It's like, well, Do you think either of you could speak to this tree? Whoever resides within it? Either you can talk with nature if he counts as that,
Haven't you got that
I do have
or,
a bracer.
bracer?
or worst case,
Most
we-
underused thing in
Yeah.
the campaign. I
oh
was
shit,
wondering.
yeah. Maybe
Maybe
those
you
will
should-
come in handy.
I think that's probably the best
Yeah.
thing to start with.
And then I just turn to the orc and I just say, "What do you want to do with him?"
I'm
He
not
goes,
going to lie.
What's he saying?
Nothing.
Oh,
Just singing songs about your dead
he's
kin.
a terrible thing. What?
What? Makes no sense. It's like what?
Well, we could let him go.
I mean, we can't have him running off to the other thing, surely, or at least not right now.
What other thing?
The other scouts.
The other scouts. I've got an idea. So
Should we
I
just put him
do
in-
any of these orcs have like a key ring, or like can I like look through their belongings and see if any of them have a key, like for the cell?
Put him in,
clever.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, go around 1 to 1 and get
Yeah.
looking.
So I look at this one.
Roll me a Persepi for each.
I'm just
One
gonna
of them.
see him looking
Oh,
at
no.
something. I'm
Right,
gonna look
that-
at the orc.
Where's the key for the cage?
See, that dice comes in
16,
clutch.
16 for the one in front.
He's got the
Sorry.
key.
Finally rolls alright. Finally rolls alright.
And he just holds,
Did you just ask him?
he holds the key out.
Oh fuck's sake.
So
Gordon just like annoyingly just grabs it and just grabs him by the scruff.
he's angry at him now.
Yeah, he's pissed off.
You make me look a fool.
Yeah. Grabs him and like keeps him in front of him and marches him
Where are
over.
you going? 'Cause
So
you're a
I'm,
little distant from him at the moment.
so I'm marching. Okay, so
I'm just gonna say as they're
Why
walking.
not over here? Yeah.
I'm gonna say as they're walking off.
so I
Do
grab
as
him.
he says and you'll be safe.
So I'm pulling him over to the. Was it this shack? Yeah, this one down here.
Yeah.
And I unlock the thing and I just say to the one that can speak common, I just say, "You out," and I point at the other one and just point.
I'm gonna run over.
So
It's saying I climb, so
you throw him in,
Yeah,
and with that, the other walks out.
I just talk to this one. I just say, "We're not with the Lich. We've come to oppose his plans."
He says, well, if it's no different to you, I'll be on my way.
One bit of advice: go through the South Canyon. We've cleared the way.
Yeah, will do. Appreciate it.
Take care of yourself.
What was your name? Sorry. Oh.
What was your
And
name?
he starts. And
I know
by
you
the
speak
time
English.
He's already booking
by the
it.
time you even get a chance to ask, he's out of there as fast as he can.
I think he was scared.
Oh, 100%.
You gonna lock that door back up?
Yeah. So I lock the door back.
Okay.
And then head back over to the tree man.
Okie.
Question. Did Doran say that he did say he wanted the head of this guy?
He
no?
did.
What if we're able to actually like save the guy? Or did Doran want him to do it? I
Doran,
can't
well,
remember.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this unfortunate soul in the tree was tied to the Lich.
The soul is part of.
Bound within him, I believe.
Oh, so Doran wants him dead either way.
Just gonna start looking at this bracer in my arm.
Yeah, I think we need to kill this being,
Should we
regardless.
take a rest before?
That might
I
not
mean,
be a bad idea.
I'm pretty.
My
exhausted.
concern is what if these guards and patrolmen have shifts?
Well,
I'll
why
be
don't we
honest
take
with you.
resting in shifts?
Is it not worth we do what we
Two of
came
us
here
rest
to do?
and one of us look.
Is it not worth to do what we came to do
Well,
and
I'm
then
kind of.
go back to
All
the...
this talking, Arson's just gonna walk up to the tree and
Yeah.
touch it with his bracer.
Okay, so you.
Yeah, so we're just bickering about...
So Aricen reaches towards the tree with his bracer, and this is the bracer you got from Lyra probably about
Many
2
moons
moons ago. And this is what gives you the ability to, I think, once per long rest, I believe.
Yeah.
Hear the thoughts
Yes.
of plant life and foliage.
So I place it
Okay,
open palm straight on the tree.
so you place it on the tree, and what you hear is the Lich is a fool. He knows it needs a willing party to be truly made one with a tree like this. And I will never be a willing party.
Okay, I'm going to turn back to the guys. I don't think this tree is accepting the body.
I see.
Can I go and slowly just shit my drawers, put my hand up to this kind of big Goliath giant thing, and just put my hand on his neck to feel if there's like a pulse.
So you put your hand on his neck. Give me a nature check.
Oh, has he done a Kieran roll?
He's done a Kieran.
But luckily for me, that's an 8.
Okay, so you
Still doesn't come in.
put your hand on his neck and
One would have been
you
okay.
feel.
Can I guide myself?
Well, that's a bit late.
Yeah, no, you got to do
Ah!
that.
I didn't think about guide.
That was a terrible roll. Can I do something else? So you feel what appears to be a pulse, but it feels off. Feels slower than a usual pulse. It feels almost more laboured.
I think he's
More
still
like
alive.
something's being pushed through it as opposed to pumped through it.
Do you hear anything from your touch?
Well, I can feel a strange.
No. Do you hear anything
What
from
did the
your
bracelet
touch?
tell you?
The tree.
Yes.
Yes. This is what I mean. It doesn't want this being in it. It's not accepting it. It's trying to push it out. I
And
guess.
then more did he react?
Who reacted? The tree? No. The voice I heard was the tree, not the being. The bracelet doesn't help me with the tree. The tree was saying this guy tried to,
So-
the Lich tried to force it in there. They don't agree. So they will never bond truly, so
Okay. I guess we were here to do a task. So be it.
we're going to just take his head.
I think we need to. If we're to save your grove and
What
continue our accord with Doran,
What about the amulet? How do we know that? How do we destroy that?
I think that's something that we'll hopefully find if we prove that we can do this first task for Doran and
So
pursue this.
take his head first, and then what? Cut him open to find the thing inside him, or
The amulet's not in him. The amulet's on the Lich.
I thought there were two parts to it. No.
No, this man was bound, and then the amulet is on the Lich, I believe.
So
Yes,
we
I
just-
think he's just.
He's just
Put
been
his soul
imbued
into-
with the. Yeah.
So we kill him, we kill part of the Lich.
Yes, correct. Which
Right.
is why he needs the head.
Potentially.
Um,
But I don't know, that tree just told me that's not how it works.
no, I think you mean the tree meant that they're not being able to be bound together.
I'm going to Arcane Recovery for a level 3 spell.
Yeah.
And just for sake of it, I'm going to go up to the guy in the tree, put my hand on his chest, and cast Speak to Dead, just in case he is dead, and we can try and revivify him.
Okay, cast that on him.
Cast it on here.
Yeah, just so it's Oh, Aricen, you're not taking your XP from the fight, from the scrap.
Oh shit, you need that, mate.
Gives it to us.
Oh god.
That's a freaking dog. Am I right?
That's not groundbreaking news, Elliot.
Whoa.
Yeah, so on my, I mean this is meta, but on my notes, so it says Lich, 1/2 in a soul amulet, which he keeps on him at all times, formed into his chest cavity. 1/2 in a comrade, which he was captured with, turned into a tree in Ashtara.
Yes. Do we not need to destroy that second half?
We will do. It's on the Lich.
No. The one
Oh,
that-
we're gonna have to kill this man.
No, I know that, but is there not like a physical thing?
I'm
apart
gonna
No,
from-
no,
I'm gonna
he's just
start-
bound it to him.
Creating like a little thing to Arwen. on the floor.
Okay, whilst you're doing this,
Does my
Saber
Speak to Dead
uses his Speak to Dead. It's almost like green smoke forming out of your hand and going into the individual in the tree, and it kind of goes into like every crevice that it can, and before where the eyes lit up in a flash of like green energy, you see none of that. You just see the smoke
Is there
just
still?
dispersed and
Damn it! I could Gorn quick thinking as he's seeing this process not work exactly like before.
Mhm.
Could he just get his dagger and just into the neck of the man in the tree?
Roll me sleight of hand
before
check.
I do that.
No,
as you're doing like, so I'm watching and I'm seeing it's not like where I've literally just seen it in action with the other orc. I'm noticing that like, you know, nothing's
Okay.
contorting, his eyes aren't glowing. As the mist is still around, I just
Roll me that sleight of hand check.
okay.
I'm pretty good at that. Right?
7 plus 7 plus 2, so 9. Not amazing, but
So you slide it. I'd say that's enough. It's a stationary
Okay.
object, and as that smoke is starting to disperse, Gorn just puts the knife into its neck, and as he pulls out, you see when you expect blood to come out in gallons, you just see kind of like as that knife pulls out and there's that slit of open flesh, you see kind of like almost like sticky, dewy sap.
what's that?
And in the kind of like the artery, which Gorns knows plenty about, you see almost like roots trying to sew itself back together. But as you do that, you do just see that smoke kind of reform again and go back into the individual's orifices. And even though there's roots over his eyes, you just see that flash of green for a second through the roots, and then his mouth kind of like drops open.
As I do it, I just say, "I'm sorry, friend, but we need answers." Because he didn't really want to kill him,
I
but
wasn't expecting that to work. Aricen,
he just wipes the sap.
get over
on his
here.
cloth.
Get over here.
So literally just head down at that moment, just was trying to sort out a little shrine almost at Arwen, and then look up, see that. Stop what I'm doing, just walk over.
So this
What did you do?
this man is just completely bound to this tree. Like there's no moving him, and he is kind of, though he is hip height to the ground where he's been sunk
Yeah.
into this tree so deeply, he's
Yeah.
still almost head height
He's
with
huge.
everyone else.
Okay, fine.
Big guy.
And you can just see these roots are covering his eyes, and there's some kind of in his mouth, but there's enough mouth open to speak.
Okay.
What do you
What have you done? I was over there.
Well, you can talk to him now.
He says, "I've done nothing but exist in this tree for
I think
years."
his thing's coming.
Gorn just holds up 4, and he's shaking his head a little bit. He's just like,
Play this cool. Be cool now.
I'm going to take this moment to excuse myself so I don't fuck it up. And just take a couple of steps back and put my head down.
sorry. Kind of looks around. And he's just like, he says, "Go on."
If we have killed you like we have, do we destroy the part of the lich that was put inside you?
He says, "Part of that lich's soul dies with me. That's why he's trying so hard to keep me unkillable."
Okay, so that's 2. Gorn
Point
just says,
and use a message. Why don't you just ask him how to kill him? Why don't you just ask him how to kill him?
"We already know that."
How?
If we kill you with blade or other means, will that fully destroy you?
He's dead. We're using speak with dead.
Against my
Yeah, but he
It's
was
not
saying
worked.
that the roots were fucking.
It's not worked.
It
You
didn't
just
work.
healed him.
What was
yeah.
the question? What was the
So
question?
you don't have to kill him.
The question was,
No, it said it tried to. Didn't it?
Yeah, I know, but it could.
Oh,
If the
okay,
Lich
fine,
wants him
fine,
alive
fine.
forever,
Fine.
if we destroy you with blade or other means, will you be fully would you be fully healed, or will the tree guide you back to resuscitation?
Says
Take his head off, mate.
the tree only keeps me alive and stops me from dying of old age. An attack like the one your friend just used on me
Oh,
is
so
not
I was,
protected by the tree.
so I was right. Okay. Cool.
Has the
So you,
cast message?
yeah.
Has the soul been destroyed then already?
I mean, we're speaking with the dead, right? That was my opinion on it.
I'll ask him that.
What?
Ask him if the. That's not a question. That's a statement.
No.
We've got
Don't
two left.
ask
Two
him
more.
if it's gone.
Has the part of the Lich inside you been destroyed then?
Con's just like.
That was lost with my life.
We've already
Glenn
confirmed
knows.
that.
Glenn
Um,
One more question, Joe. You can.
oh,
Aricen, you can have this last one.
damn
I'll be honest, all of my questions are dog shite.
Well,
Just go
it.
ahead.
Do you know a weakness of the Lich that we can use other than the amulet that is upon his person?
You should have asked him.
It uses the form of a giant snake to intimidate.
Motherfucker.
That is one of his greatest weapons, but one of his greatest weaknesses. And then you see him just sink back, and as he kind of falls back, that wound opens more, and that kind of root which is trying to touch just
Gorn
dies.
grabs his head and just pulls to see where it's kind of like open, and then just carries on cutting.
So
Just turn away.
about this much is cut.
Yeah,
The rest of his entire neck is engulfed in this tree.
yeah. So okay, he's just cutting away, basically cutting vines away,
Okay.
trying to get the job done
With
as quick as he
your-
can. Yeah.
With that, trying to cut this out of this tree would be like trying to cut down that shed with a
Okay.
spoon.
No,
You
so
need a-
Gordon notices that's not working
Mhm.
the way that he wants it to, and he looks around and he sees all the great axes that the orcs had been wielding, and he just turns to the others. He's like, "I think we're all gonna have to get our hands dirty in this one, I'm afraid."
Fair enough. I'll pick
And
up
then we all just start
start swinging.
chunking away.
Nice, okie dokie.
Aricen goes over and takes his time to pick up an axe.
He's like,
He's like-
holding
he's
it
like-
right at
he's-
the very end.
He's just like, "Oh,
dragging
that's
it."
nasty."
Okay, so
Big.
you're going to be chopping away.
Yeah.
I'm going to need group strength rolls
Okay.
whilst we're doing this. So we're going to be
Okay.
chopping away, but you know you're going to be there for a little while.
Yeah.
What are the boys talking about? There's no one around. The individual in the tree.
What's that? 6.
What's the total?
6.
Or is it plus our strength?
Yeah,
6
Oh.
on it.
6 total.
I'm a weak little bitch, so 7.
6, so 7.
Mine's an 11 total.
Oh, this is poor,
Yeah,
boys.
okay, so
It is me.
we're still cutting away. It's taken a while to get through.
Um,
It's taken a while to get through it.
So how do you feel with well, I mean, there wasn't any obvious signs of destroying part of the Lich, but maybe that affected him on his end. But how do you feel that we've accomplished this?
I feel like this was almost too easy. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I did. I managed to get us into the camp, kind of problem free.
Yes,
Didn't
you
quite
pretty well.
quite go to plan when I stumbled.
That was
The
all
entangling wasn't ideal, but you know, maybe I'll improve next
we'll,
time.
We'll,
you know,
we'll blame the
I'll-
orc on that one.
I'll work on it. I'll
Another
work on
group
it.
strength roll while we're
Okay.
talking.
That's a
Maybe,
16, baby.
18.
Maybe we
That's much better.
just for safekeeping, after we've done with this, burn the thing down.
I'd prefer not to burn down an innocent tree.
I was gonna say,
Well,
I
it's been
think
used with dark magic.
Yes, but the soul was gone, which is what we came here for. And,
True.
And the head.
true.
I
You
think
don't want to be. You don't want to be double sure.
To be fair, I think
I'm fine with this tree.
that I don't think any of these orcs, once they realise what's happened to the tree, will be wanting to return here. It's almost been their prison for
12.
well
12. Okay,
an
so
untold time.
you've hacked through the top arching part of the roots to kind of like free the top of his head.
Yeah.
So there's still
Still a little bit
this
more.
side and this side. So
Okay. Another one?
not just yet. But
Oh.
So you're still hacking away.
Yeah.
Don't let me interrupt the conversation.
I mean, if it was me, I know you don't like doing all this kind of stuff, but I mean, just because the sake of it was used by dark magic and the state of this guy.
Do you pick anything up around here now that he's dead? Like, I mean, you checked the circle before, which was a fake.
I think that was just a fake anyway. I mean,
But is there any residual
Nature
energy?
has its choices, which is, I'm pretty sure, what it was trying to tell me. It didn't want to
You
bond
said
with the
that he
creature.
didn't want to bond. Maybe it would reject the rest of his body in time, or consume it.
It stopped trying to heal it now.
I mean, I'm neither here nor there with this.
I mean, it's up to you. But if it was me,
It's your grove, so I feel
it's
like
your shout.
your decision.
Maybe try listening to the tree again.
I think I only get it once, but.
Or is it like? Is it like? Does it last a while though? Or
Don't know.
I
Put
don't
my hand on open palm again to
Keep
the
your
tree.
hand on the tree, and you hear nothing.
Okay. Gordon just says, "Well, it's up to you."
I think we leave it. It sounded like it didn't want this here anyway.
Fair
I think
enough.
it was just
You sure it was
forcing it.
You sure it was the tree that was having these thoughts? I mean, he is literally part of the tree.
It only allows me to speak to
Another
or
strength
listen
roll,
to-
fellas, whilst you're talking.
It only allows me to listen to trees.
11 for me.
Where is my dice? And what was that?
Oh lord.
That's a 5.
Okay. Keep hacking away.
That's 7 total. Plus.
7 total. Okay, keep hacking away.
Yeah.
Right, I'll check.
So what now? We go for the dark shard and we're
We
taking this.
go back to the balloon with Harold.
I think Harold's going to be pretty upset that we got this giant head to take on the balloon with us. But
I mean, it's not ideal.
either way, he's not in my good books anyway.
No, I mean, yeah, we weren't safe as houses.
No, we was not saying that. I completely agree.
Yeah, I think he'll just have to suck it up. We're paying him. It's kind of it's our problem, not his.
Roll me another strength roll.
Oh, as they're kind of doing that, I'm just going to go back
Oh my
to
God,
where I was
that's a
setting
5
up
that
that
time.
little
That's a
shrine
5 that time.
to Arwen.
You always got 5.
Ritually
With something.
cast augury and basically start my prayer to
If you
Arwen.
look at it like
Okay.
that,
Arwen, if
out
you
the
can hear
line,
me
you
now,
can-
what do we do with this tree?
Oh
Does
yeah,
Does it
with the
still
As I was looking at it, I was like, what?
contain the evil?
You just hear, as you see the sand kind of pick up all around you, and the wind kind of picks up and whistles through the canyons and the multiple different entrances. You just hear in those whistles what most people would just pass off as whistling wind, but you can hear the voice of Arwen say, "That tree is now free."
Thank you.
And that's it, and the sand settles again and the wind stops whistling.
So with that, I'm going to just walk up to the tree. Obviously they're still chopping, and just create water and have it just slowly precipitate
Very
water
cool.
over the
Okay,
top
so
for
that's
a longer period.
Gordon's
of time.
like, fuck, I'm getting wet.
The tree is fine, I have been told.
Oh. Just takes it at face value and carries on cutting.
This is the
He's just used to this by now. Like weird, kind of slightly cryptic. The tree is now
Creepy.
free. I've been told. He's like,
Yeah, gotcha, Aricen, gotcha.
So this is
Boys,
random.
be sure to be adding these to your decks.
Oh,
'cause we've
cool,
got a fair few. We've got a fair few spells, and I'm going to need
I got
another strength roll.
oh, that's a better one.
Yay, 16 please, sir.
That's
16,
18 for me.
18. Saber.
Need to add my debt.
It's
Fucking hell,
coming
no,
up,
I'm rolling right
scaring you
What is
now.
8 total.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So you've hit the first part. The second of the 3 parts you've now cut through, and you just got. You see his head kind of like start to hang out a little
Yeah.
bit. There's still just a few more roots on that left side of his neck,
Yeah.
which you boys are set to cut through. So give me
Yeah.
another joint strength roll.
Oh, back in.
That's 17.
17.
14.
14, Saber.
What do I want
Another
to
strength roll.
Another one?
Yeah. We need to get this shit done.
9.
Oh, he's getting some Kieran
He
rolling
is dog
going.
shit at the minute, but the boys are clutching. So the boys are all just hacking away at 3 different angles, and finally that last bit just the roots will start to kind of like break off, and his head just when it hits the floor with a big gust of sand, and you can just see and smell like dead, kind of already rotting flesh, and almost like what Aricen would recall like almost like a fresh cut vine smell, as the roots, which are kind of have infected all into his veins and arteries, are cut, and they're seeping a little bit of sap more than
It's
the
basically
seeping blood.
like more tree than
Yeah, than you
being
know.
This point, his organs are anyway.
Can Gorn just take a little quick look just at the body like that's still in the tree? Is there like any tokens or like any jewellery or anything on him?
Nothing but markings
Okay,
on his
fine.
skin, like which you would assume is like
Fine.
tattoos.
Fine.
Something.
Cool. On that, he kind of just turns to the rest of him and he's like, if I look at the head, it's still got like kind of vines within it, and like it's still.
Oh yeah. It's still.
He kind of just says, "Well, I think this will be more than enough proof, considering the state that it's in. I was trying to see whether there was any other form of identification, but I mean, we just got to hope it doesn't decay to the point where it's disintegrating. I guess wood doesn't, but we'll see." And on that, he kind of just beckons the others like, "Shall we leave?"
Happy to. Do you need any more time here?
Just want to look at the tree, at the like circle. Is there anything I can gain, druidic wise, of any information about him on a
Roll me a
druidic
nature
basis?
check.
So I just need to go to the toilet first. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah. Okay.
That is 18 plus something. Nature 24.
24. So you would see that the tree is surrounded by these markings.
Yeah.
In these markings are, which was previously seen by Saber, made up of very dry mould, fungus, or even a spore, if you will.
Okay.
Which I might hit that. So is that camera still good? Is Kieran just hitting the door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, she's in the shower, is she? Yes, that was speed.
Right.
That was speed.
No.
Dry mold fungus. Does that give me any information? So is that
Well, you see that it's made of old, dry fungus, mould, combination of spores.
okay? But nothing specifically like in terms of the the circle, or maybe where you might find that sort of growth. Like maybe he's brought it back from his home.
It's not regional, but you can tell that it is. We can tell is that it is fungal, and it is
Okay.
grown in a specific pattern, as if he has control over that.
Okay. Cool. No, I think I'm ready.
Let's go. I think it's probably best we leave the same way we came, and
I agree.
it was the quickest route in and out.
Let's go.
So we make our way.
Okay,
Back.
so you're heading back. Now, this head, this is too big to go into anyone's satchel.
Okay.
A big head. How are you
Um,
guys going about this?
you said there's like leather everywhere, didn't you?
Yeah, all of these tents are made out
Okay,
of leather.
so I kind of just try and cut a panel that's big enough
So,
that I can wrap it around it, and then use one of the tent cords just to tie it.
nice. What one are you going for? Because this one here behind you,
Not the
close
one
to
that's
you,
on
is
fire.
the one that was
Yeah,
previously lit,
not the one.
and
on
as
fire.
it is leather, it is not
Caught fire.
caught fire. The wooden stuff, all that has, but the leather has just kind of like been broken down slightly to a point where it's more
Or is it-
stretchy and pliable.
Oh, more malleable.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, if I notice that, I
Yeah.
then use that, and then I take a bit of the rope from one that's not been
Yep.
set ablaze,
Okay.
and then just really tightly tie that around.
Tie that around. And what are you doing with that? How does this look? Is it something that go around your waist? Something that go over your shoulder? Something that go on your back?
For now, it's just like where I've got it on a rope. It's like attached, and I've got like a drawstring, and then I can just hold it.
So
like
you're
that.
holding on to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. So that is that. What's the boys doing?
Nothing.
Heading back, I think. Yeah.
Just following on.
Okay. So what way are you heading?
Down back
Straight
through the
south.
south canyon that we
Okay.
came from.
Okay. So you're
think it
headed
was-
down there, and go on.
think
As
it
you
was this
pass there,
Yeah.
you can hear kind of orcish noise
Yeah.
from that walking.
Yeah. The one in the.
And you hear him shout, where are you going? You can't leave me in here, this is cruel, I'll starve to death.
Look at that.
You're the only one that can speak to him.
I think he must be speaking Orcish. I'm not sure I understand.
Hello?
Is that what Aricen? Is that what Aricen said? I was like, Aricen, that really has gone evil.
Elixir,
Mm.
I don't think we can leave him here.
I mean, the patrols will come back. No.
What if there is no other patrol and we just pick the unfortunate one that was mad?
Okay. So, Gorn just goes up to the gate, unlocks it, and says to you to like relay, come the same way as us, and then we'll let you leave.
Follow us, and we give you your life.
He's like, oh, okay. And he steps out and follows down to you. He stood next to you now.
Tells us to stay. Like I like push him so he's in front of us so we can watch what he's doing.
He's like,
I mean, like he hasn't got a
I'll
weapon
say
or
that
anything,
to
so
him.
yeah. So then we go back through the South Canyon basically.
he says, looks back. Where's your mate gone?
He didn't focus on this part of the movie.
Okay then.
He's clocked out.
Right, so.
He'll misty step to us later.
Okay, Orc is out. And you are heading. Actually, you are heading
I'm going on an adventure.
back down to the place that you came from.
Yeah.
Tim's trying to catch up.
It's poor Orcs
I
when you
can
see
hear.
his mate with his head pasted in by a gorilla.
No, was that what happened to? Oh no, you
Yeah,
You landed on him.
You landed
The whole fucking gorilla landed on him.
a whole fucking, a whole ass gorilla. Yeah. And he's
Like, wait.
wait, baby. Okay, so he kind of walks down. Oh god.
You just hear him. Oh no.
I really think he's out of shape.
Oh no.
I don't think it's that. He's worried
Oh,
about
God.
that.
He really is as soft as anything. So you just see him there, kind of like.
Was it that one that survived?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it's that orc that you see.
The one that I was bitch slapping.
on his knees, kind of like looking at this dead
Yeah.
orc,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, kind of a little bit upset.
A bit upset.
A little bit upset, yeah.
Even though he's calling him soft as anything.
It's soft as anything, yeah.
Just
Oh.
gonna say to him,
He died a warrior's death.
How did he go?
Go. When Gorn hear that, Gorn just starts laughing, like fully pissing himself.
We had, he fought me one-on-one as a great gorilla.
Oh my god. You put up much of a fight.
More than you.
I didn't mean that, you're doing great. Let's get going.
Harrison's feeling a bit out of order.
I guess I'm soft as anything.
Harrison's kind of like, fuck. I should stop talking.
I guess we carry on heading to the balloon, basically.
Guess I'm soft.
He kind of walks on down,
So good.
and he stops there, and he's like, I can go no further. Tie me up if you must.
What do you mean?
Like if I step out of this canyon, a Lich will. Well, I won't be out of here for long.
Are you
Gorn-
playing all
Gorn-
this because
Is
now
it-
you're
yeah, is
giving
he
me
still
all
speaking-
He's speaking Orcish.
Gorn,
Okay.
Gorn just
Say
pushes him out.
So you push him out.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he kind of goes out over the canyon. And
Yeah.
he like falls on the floor, and he kind of looks up. And he's like looking around.
Yeah.
And he's like,
You were
patting himself down.
deceived.
Gordon
You're
just-
fine.
Gordon just goes, go. Like, trying to like shoo him
Kind
away.
of looks back, and then just kind of
Hooks it.
scarpers off into the sand, just leaving like sand.
Slow down, it's a long way.
And he's like, slows down slightly.
I've got to admit, orcs are very good listeners.
That orc's gone. That orc is gone. Okay, so what else are we saying? We're currently in the canyon, looking out over the dunes.
Yeah.
You can see
Spotting
a
back
little bit
where
in the
our air
distance.
balloon
You can
was.
see Harold's air balloon,
Yeah.
and you're seeing this orc running around and away out into the distance.
Straight back to the balloon.
Yeah, straight back to balloon.
Straight bolt there, so we don't hang around just in case, like you say, those other people do come back through
Yeah.
shift change.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. Okay, so straight back to the balloon, and let's get back to our.
I'm still upset about my rolls earlier.
Shambles, mate.
Yeah,
The
sure.
worst, I think the worst bit is, I was hoping for the best of that inspiration, right?
I thought it was going to go well,
That
and
one,
then he
right.
double fucked it.
But
as in-
where it was a 3, I had a +7, 10.
Oh, so it would've
Plus
been
your
like-
guidance,
yeah.
it could have been okay.
Oh yeah, you didn't.
But then you were like, guidance! And I was like, I was like a deer in the headlights, and I was like, but it's okay. I was like, it's okay, but. And then it shit the bed.
Yeah.
Anyway, living in the past, fellas.
Those,
Living in the
those
past.
orcs were a little bit of a glass cannon. They hit out some big hits, but they
Frail.
didn't have much.
Frail
They're very
boys.
frail little boys. Okay, so we head on back. As you're heading over to Harold, it's a little couple minutes walk.
Yeah.
What are the boys talking about as they're stepping over? Harold kind of sees you and gives you gives you a little salute and starts setting his bits up. But it's a couple minutes walk.
Does no one think that was too easy?
No, I completely agree. Which is why I said to set fire to the tree.
I
just to
think,
make sure everything was good, but
Like,
I almost-
Arwen confirmed that the tree had nothing.
oh, you
to do
spoke
with
to.
it. Yes.
I almost feel like maybe the Lich had a full sense of security, maybe he overestimated himself.
Potentially.
He deceived those orcs into believing that they'd die as soon as they set foot out of the canyon, when he didn't even put any magic on what he should have protected the most.
I suppose he might have thought, well, when he did it, the orcs must have been a lot bigger.
I'd imagine so, yes. Maybe he had more of them. I'd imagine a few of them starved if they were saying they were going to resort to cannibalism.
Maybe some of them also didn't agree and
Chuck it
deserted,
on.
and
Yeah.
the rest they either got away or the
Yeah,
rest killed
for
them.
sure. And I mean, we did, as I said before, I know it didn't go brilliantly towards the end, but we did talk our way in without fighting at the start. Maybe that made things a little bit easier for us, but yeah, they were quite weak in all seriousness.
I wonder if this affected the Lich more on his side than it did on our side.
I'm assuming it would have made a big impact.
Yeah,
using half of your
well,
soul.
the thing is as well, he's going to be knowing that we're coming for him now, or that someone's coming for him. He'll be guarding what's on him even more.
True.
Yeah, we'll have to be careful.
Do we know how far the Dark Shadow is away from here? How long a journey
I think
is?
this was just on the way, wasn't it, on the map?
Yeah.
From what I can remember.
So another day's fly to the Dark Shard.
I think it was quite a while.
A day's fly?
Yeah.
No, not that long. No. So
Okay.
you're going to be flying. The plan was to be flying to a destination and then saddling up.
We did like a
and
little.
riding to the fly.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go and talk to Harold and then.
Also, just something that I remembered. Man encased in the tree said that the Lich can be a serpent, a massive snake.
Didn't we fight something like that
The
before?
first shard we
mean-
got was a dark creature.
I mean, yeah, it was some form of that, but I don't know whether they're linked or not. Maybe they are.
Quite possibly.
There's always a chance, or it's just a form that he can take if he's a druid. I think he said that it tries to intimidate or strike fear.
He also said it was his
Anyway.
greatest weakness.
He did, yeah.
When the soul was destroyed, was there any sign of it that we could have seen?
No. There's nothing noticeable.
Nothing tangible.
No.
Okay, can I just do a quick, as we're walking, just locate object? So I close my eyes and then try to envisage anything that Alara, my grandmama, would have on her, and just see if I can locate like a necklace or something she'd always wear to try and get a picture or image of her and what's going on.
So how does this spell work? Remind me.
So, describe the name of an object that's familiar to you. You sense the direction. No, don't worry about it.
No, not useful.
Don't know.
You
No, I
just
don't
sense
think
the
so.
direction and whereabouts. it is.
Yeah. Rather than see into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay, so with that you get closer to Harold,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Oh, fellas, you ready? Go
Ready
on,
to go.
Aricen,
Yeah, shut up. I'm just going to walk into the mine.
He's mugging you off there.
and he goes, what's his name again?
Saber.
You already mugged us off with the
He goes,
earplugs.
"Ah, Saber." As he says that, Saber just hears,
Oh no.
Oh,
with that,
he's in for a roller coaster.
his vision darkens, the sound drops to a white noise, and all of a sudden he can hear rain pelting down. He opens his eyes and he's covered in mud. He looks at his warforged hands and feels his handprints sink into the mud as he pulls himself out of what appears to be a shallow grave. Stumbles around, seems to be marshland for miles, and he just sees a direction, sees lights in the distance, and starts walking that way. You close your eyes, you open them again, it's hours later, you're further in that direction, and you come across, you see trees overarching, and a road. You see a couple of men on horses trotting by the road with lanterns in the dark, and you press up against you lay back down into the mud by the road, and you watch them as they pass. And as they pass, you can hear mumbling, and as they come closer, you hear, "Saber? You bet a saber in a game of dice. Did you take it?" The other man replies, "Of course I took it. It was worth a fortune. It was an Ashtaran sabre. It's not as good as my greatsword, but, I mean, I put it on the wall." And they ride off into the distance. Sabre, kind of like, his eyes widen as he hears the first word he ever encountered in this body, Sabre, and it resonates with him. And then your eyes widen again, and you're back outside the basket, and Harold's saying, "Sabre, you getting in? Get in!"
Yeah.
What's going on?
Okay. I'm just gonna.
Harold turns around and starts lighting up the throttle a little bit.
Go on,
Did both of those see that, or
No.
go on, unslings the.
Oh, they saw you.
they saw me? That's what I'm saying.
Roll me a Percepi for both of you to see, because you're climbing into the
You're
basket.
safe, man. Oh, I said that. I had a 19.
Okay.
21.
Okay, you both notice.
Maybe I need to be sarcastic about it more often.
You both noticed this as you went to climb in, and he said, "Oh," as Harold said, "Oh, Sabre," and you turned around to look at him, and you saw his eyes fade.
Just gonna kind of look
As
at
I
you
get
and
in,
go,
I unsling the head leather bag thing and just tie it like to the inside of the handrail.
He goes, "What have you got there then?"
It's a decapitated head, Harold.
Wait, no more. Turns back around.
was it him that was like, ask no questions?
So he turns around back to you boys, and he starts lighting up the throttle again. You feel the blue start to take
So
over.
look at Sabre. Everything okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Another flashback?
Yes, but Not an important one.
I see.
So
see.
don't worry about it. Nothing to.
Fair enough. Gorn just doesn't want to pry.
Nothing.
Knows
to,
like when people want to keep
nothing
leave
detailed to
things
share in. So don't worry about it.
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna go and look over the side by myself and just watch as we're taking it.
Mm-hmm.
Gorn turns to Harold and he just says, "How long do you think the rest of this journey will take so we can catch up with Priya?"
Oh, if the winds are good, we'll probably he just licks his finger. Couple hours.
Good stuff. Just say, like I don't know about you boys, but might be good just to get a bit of shut eye in the meantime.
I agree. I'm pretty spent, to be fair.
So,
So he says, "Yep, make yourself."
I just
fellas."
say to Harold, I'm like, if anything happens like last time, A, give us some earplugs. B, let us know.
And he gets his hands in his pockets and he just throws a handful of earbuds behind him, so you've got like.
Okay, fine.
Although annoyingly, he throws only 5, and he goes, "You're safe as houses in these baskets, boys. Don't you worry about none of that. You get some shut eye. Get some kit."
Gordon's just shaking his head.
Saber lets out a massive and then just goes into sentry mode, standing up, looking at the view.
Okay. So you're in sentry mode. So this will be a short rest. This isn't long enough for a long rest.
Fine.
That's not good. That's not good for me.
Yeah, it's not good. Should not have said that.
Should not have said that.
Okay. So what is Aricen doing?
No, and it's a short rest. What is a short rest? How long are we talking here? Because I technically only need a short rest to have a long rest.
You need 4 hours, don't you?
Yeah.
We've only got 2.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to just do a little cantrip of Druid Craft, and in my hand just create like a flower that I'd find back at home in the grove.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of just close my eyes, cross my legs, and just start to think of the grove and
There's
grandma and the animals there that kind of I used to
Okay.
play around with.
Used to
Just
frolic with.
pretend I could.
as
Sure.
Gordon's been quite otherwise engaged, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just out of like partly out of habit and just out of precaution, just quickly checks his parchment
Mm-hmm.
just
Okay.
to see if the coast is clear or
So you check your parchment,
yeah.
and on that is empty.
Fine.
Nothing on there.
He kind of just rolls it back up and
It's
pops it back in his.
the one thing in the game where you don't want anything.
Yeah, literally. No news is good news.
Yeah,
right? And with that, he's kind of just like, just like cricks his neck and just kind of like
Can
leans
actually
back
relax.
against. Yeah, yeah. Doesn't really need to rest. It's more just like it's been quite full on.
It's been a
Yeah.
long day. So if you boys are short rested, make sure to roll your health.
Yeah,
I don't need it.
Yeah, Gorn for once has not been touched.
No, he actually
because
gained.
he ran.
He actually gained some health.
If he ain't got any balls.
I took 2 of them down. Soft sods.
Yeah, he did.
I nearly walked us through that camp until I really didn't.
Yeah.
Say less.
Yeah, you stumbled.
Say less.
Stumbled.
Oh, on stream.
Yeah.
On stream.
Yeah.
Sacrilege.
Oh yeah.
Reported.
Have some of that.
On stream.
Have some of that.
He's blocked.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll that one more time. Shits and giggles and all that.
Shits and giggles.
Tells me what to roll.
Did Brad not roll health dice?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
There
Oh,
we
okay.
go.
He was really
I'm
bad.
back to Phil.
Oh yeah, he was like half health, wasn't he?
Mm.
Fuck.
Sweet. Perfect. Yeah. Oh!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming this is going to be cut out of the movie. Everyone
hope
shit
so.
their pants. Cooley's out the room.
What, have you done it
I
as well?
thought after the first shit,
Yeah.
I thought we'd just have to
Open
cut
season.
it. Yeah.
We have to cut it.
Free game.
You got no spiders yet.
Yeah. Oh, is there any spiders up there?
Not that, I think so.
Oh, you'd see him if he was there.
Oh my god.
Me.
That was Joe.
Shit your fridge.
That was Joe.
That was me.
Disgusting.
Live on
me
air.
this
And I'm imagining all this section's going to get cut.
I hope so.
Oh, I'm going to go for a wee then if it's actually
Yeah, go,
available.
go.
Although, to be fair, it's probably going to be near time to...
No, we're going till 1 a.m.
Uh,
Because you're going to Corfu and letting the side down.
oh,
We
right,
need a
yeah.
double
He's
episode.
got
It's a
a
double biller.
He's got a fucking point.
Shit the bed.
He's got a point. He's got a point.
No fucking around there, mate.
I told you from day one that boy's as
Hold on
soft
to your
as
hats, ladies and
anything.
gents, because this one's a screamer!
Oh no! Runs to the camera.
Didn't even fart, but I'm just shit my drums.
Yeah. I reckon she's left the.
Yeah, you sure everything's even locked?
I reckon she's left the.
If that's not something to edit and put in the front of the episode, I don't know what is.
Charge the phone.
No divvies around there, Bush.
Ah!
Cool, I'm going to get this out before... No,
Yeah. High risk. No shit.
Probably.
He's been waiting there the whole time. What a fucking dork.
What?
He's been waiting for the toilet the whole time. It was free. It was free, wasn't it, you spanner?
I have not got a lot of... Oh, I can arcane recovery now
Because
short rest.
when the sunshine will shine together.
This is a break just for the ads to the fan art going up right now. Oh no.
Free Bradley.
Oh no.
Free Kieran.
Oh no. What is that?
That's a dino snack, Brad. Not to be mistaken with a assault on a miner at Dino Tropolis.
That coincides, but...
I think you're just trying to dig me out anyway.
Trying to have me on camera.
Very good. Oh my goodness me.
What does it mean when it says like that on the top?
What do you mean?
What are these stats?
That's your spell casting ability. That's what you get to any spell casting attack. And that's your save. So if you ever if you're casting a spell or trying to understand a spell, you might have to add your spellcasting ability score.
Right, and
And then,
so say I cast Chilling Touch and it rolls a fucking 5, I add +7 to it.
Bingo.
Right.
And then any of your saves will be 15. Keeps it simple.
Simple keys.
Simple keys. What-a-ta, hoo-wee. Was he waiting for the toilet? And it was empty?
I'm offering this now
Yeah.
before I do it, but do you want to get a fucking decent back hit because I can feel it.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do, Bradley.
Dear God, I needed that.
I'll be careful of that camera.
Yeah, I know,
kid.
I am,
Right, hang on,
I
where are
am.
we doing this click?
What's that then?
We're doing a click.
How the fuck are you
Do
doing a
you
click
want to do it on the
here?
floor?
Do it. You want to do it on the floor?
Yeah,
those
do it
are
out
gonna
there,
be the
aren't
best
they?
ones. Those are going to be good. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
No, I meant like you have no space in there. No, because it's going to make me feel queasy.
Queasy?
It's going to be disgusting, isn't it, mate?
You nasty man.
Oh! I think he's killed him.
Oh no.
I think he's killed him.
No.
He's now disabled.
Not again.
Yeah, I think Brad's dead. I think he's dead. Fuck me.
He's gone now. He's dead.
Mrs. Allen, I was like, how's your evening been? Fine. Yours? Making some prime
Cheers.
conversation there. Oh, mate, it's ever so slightly annoyed me that she's like Oh. Actually, no. I'm not going to start getting into stuff on camera. That'll be a car journey story. I don't want any evidence of me moaning.
They'll be used against me in a court of law.
For legal reasons, that was all a lie.
Yeah, that'll be it, mate. That's our merch, don't we?
She's part of the.
Oh, he's guffed the camera.
Oh no.
Oh,
he's
far
moved
away
the
he's going.
camera.
Oh no,
He's- What's he doing?
I'm not quite
No, you're
sure.
fine, you're fine. Leave it.
He's gone rogue.
So tuck your ass in or this lamp's getting.
I was going to say, he's gone native.
Oh, stuck. He went
Oh my
round.
god, the mirror, the lamp.
Trying to avoid the copious amounts of drink getting
It's
in the room.
fucking look at this. Monster energy. Pile of monster energy on the floor.
Are you
I
surprised?
fucking
I found.
silverback your ass.
Oh, sorry. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Oh, right, fellas. So, we back.
If you want to do a little back intro, mate.
We're going back.
I'm using this. Oh, it's just shit.
Oh.
Get out.
Get out! Is that Joe again?
Of course it
He's
was.
released a fucking.
Shit your ass. You two need to get back on that diet of Haribo and Monster Energy, for God's sake.
Yeah, how somehow has my ass got worse?
Doesn't make
Right,
sense.
focus in, gentlemen.
I'm sorry.
How dare you? You caused this.
We've got Chemical Clive over here.
Are we back in the room?
Buckets.
We're back in the room.
Ladies and gents, sorry for the short break, but
Oh, that snort got recorded.
we are back, so let's continue.
So, Saber is overlooking the dunes of Ashtara. Gorn, what was Gorn up to in this balloon?
He was just kind of taking it easy. Kind of.
That's right, yeah.
Collecting his
he
thoughts
checked
and-
his scroll.
Yeah.
There wasn't much there.
He's
And,
feeling good. Yeah.
And Aricen is looking at a flower.
Thinking of home.
Bringing it home. Okay. And that is all counted as a short rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so as your time passes, say around hour and a half passes, and you can see over in the distance of a dune, you can see the deflated balloon and basket which you saw previously Bartingus and Priya climbing into.
Nice.
And so that balloon's deflated, basket's on the floor, and you can see, this is still quite a way off, but you can see a little wooden structure by them, a number of little wooden structures, and you can see 4 horses in this structure. That's the one right near the balloon. You see some others around, and you can see in each of these stables a number of horses.
Okay.
And yeah, so we are. So Harold kind of leans back over and he's like, "Almost there now, fellas. Almost there. Get yourselves ready. We'll be touching down any minute now."
Corn unties the head satchel. Because he's gonna have to disembark, he does just tie this one around his waist this time.
That seems very peaceful.
In a
Kind of-
meditative state.
Yeah. I think it's before it kind of
After massacring
started
people
to,
as a gorilla.
started to build up a
horrific
bit.
way, yeah.
He was a
Realised
tense
he was
lad.
getting a bit out of control. So that's almost resettled his mind.
Didn't realise at the time he was biting someone's throat out.
You've actually got quite bloodthirsty the past few
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah, well, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. That was his kind of
Yeah.
trying to reset it, and he realised he's going a bit off the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Cheers.
like horrifically massacre many people. Look at a flower for 10 minutes. Oh, right, all is forgiven.
Me and Arwen, we're like that.
We're back, baby.
Yeah.
And what is Saber doing as he comes out of Sentry mode?
He has a little snap out and he goes over to Gordon and says, "Do you need a hand carrying that thing?
I mean, we
Are we
can.
leaving it here?"
Do not leave it.
I mean, if we're coming back with them, perhaps, but I don't know.
I prefer to keep it on our.
Well, maybe
that's-
actually. That's
Harold goes, where do you need it if...
I was going to say, if we're coming back this way, we can leave it here.
That's a good shout.
You
Can
should
we
be
store
coming
it?
back this way.
Can we store it
maybe
here?
You can.
maybe store
if-
it somewhere. Well, I was going to say dry, but we're in a desolate wasteland.
Yeah, it won't get wet. It won't get wet. If you don't come back here though, where do you want me to
forwarded
And I
on
don't know how long that
to
is.
Torrington Estates, I guess, in
forward
Renvale.
it?
Well,
Torrington to Torrington.
just
I mean,
if
you
it goes
shouldn't
back
need
to
to.
the harbour, you can just go straight to Doran.
True.
Doran will.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you'll be getting back on the ship.
You want this back in Everburn?
Yes. I think
If
so.
if we don't return for it, yes.
Whereabouts in Everburn?
What was the name of the
What was it of the coast? Ship?
No,
Or the
you're talking
inn.
about
Oh, I mean,
The Everburn Inn.
will it be? I
Either
don't know
one, I
if
guess.
you know, but we obviously got transported here on a ship. Will it be the same ship taking us back?
Well, normally I'd say yes, but obviously it's uncertain times now. Who knows? Who knows what ship? I think most people will be getting on anything they can, so they won't be too picky.
well, let's say for now to the Everburn Inn, but I mean,
To the inn?
we should be travelling with you
Then what?
regardless. So
Can
only
you, is there
Should I
any
put a name on it or
chance-
something?
Yeah,
Doran Blue.
Doran
Fate?
Blue Fate.
Pull that a little.
And just write on there that it should not be unwrapped or opened by any other eyes apart from him.
Okay.
And while you're waiting, if you can do something better for carrying it, so it's a bit easier to carry, a bit more hidden.
I don't think they're gonna want to touch that, mate.
Yeah, I'm not keen on that idea, Aricen. To be honest
We're
with
just
you.
wrapping it up more.
I think it's pretty secure.
You're saying
Are you saying I
It's
didn't
a
do
bad
a
job
good
that
job of
was
it,
done?
Harrison?
No, saying
No?
it's fantastic.
Okay. That's what I thought. He kind of kind of like hurries Harold along, gets him out.
So he's writing down his little notepad, and as he puts that down, he just slowly descends with the throttle, and you're getting closer and closer. And at this point, you can see kind of Priya standing there with Bartingus, and you can just see she is looking none too pleased or amused after having been in a basket with this guy for hours and hours. So you can see she's just like shaking her head at everyone.
Gordon's just smirking a little bit like.
And yeah, before you know it, you're touching down again. Just dunes as far as the eye can see, and beaming sun. And as you get closer to these multiple stables, which are kind of dotted all around, and we're landing pretty much in the middle of kind of a U-like structure with all sorts of stables in. You can see there is a number of horses, a number of camels, and a number of like large kind of bird-like creatures, almost like ostriches. Something which Aricen's never actually seen before. They're kind of like ostriches if ostriches were what a bear is to a wolf. That is what this is to an ostrich. So it's just a
So
big,
it's on roids.
beefy,
It's huge.
like near on a dinosaur. This thing. It's like a
Holy
raptor
shit.
if a raptor was more
Should
bird.
have gone across. I can turn into that now that I've seen it.
Gordon's just like, that's pretty fucking cool.
This campaign is just Aricen seeing something new, telling everyone, I can turn into that now.
I just figured out a smile.
Right, so what are you boys doing? Harold
we
is
load
now
up and step off
landed.
the balloon?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I guess
good to
we're if everyone's okay, we'll head over to Bartingus and just kind of say like, what's the plan now?
Bartingus kind of like hangs you down. Oh, a little detour was it, fellas?
Yeah,
Actually,
there's a
turn to
little
Priya
some
and
crossed
say,
wires.
Sorry that you were left on your own.
She says, I will rather walk back than be in a basket alone with that man
Any
again.
particular reason why?
I feel like I need a 7-day sleep after that.
Okay. Well, we had our own issues with.
I'd rather have done whatever you were doing.
Okay. Well, some good
Gordon,
news.
after his experience, is like, completely get that.
Some good news. We've managed to get to the tree. in our first destination and do what we got to do there.
You got the head.
Yeah, it's on board.
She kind of like walks past and peeks over, and she's like, "Christ, that's big head."
Yeah, we had to deal with a few orcs and stuff like that along the way.
She
but,
kind of looks over everyone and she's like, "You look pretty well off for people that have fought an orc."
That's our whole story, but it wasn't your usual expectations of orcs.
No.
And, I think if it would have been, then we probably would have taken more of a beating. So, which is why we sorely missed you, obviously.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
We had a run in with harpies though. Did you?
Harpies? No. What?
Yeah, that was his fault. I put at Harold.
Oh. She looks over at Harold and Harold kind of catches her. And she's like, How did that go? We didn't come across any harpies, or
Well,
did you have a pig in your thing?
did you?
Yeah.
It's
It's
still
in
there.
there. Yeah.
Excuse me for 2 minutes.
So as that's going on, you see Bartingus, and he's going over, and he is grabbing a. He's opening up one of the gates to the stables.
Yeah.
And you can see him kind of like ushering out a few of the camels,
Oh yes.
and he
Turn into that.
and so he ushers out these camels, and he goes, and you can see him kind of like getting a little bit of paper out of his satchel, and looks and matches it up with the ear of the camel, which has a certain tag on it.
Oh
And he
nice.
kind of lures that out and leads it out, and that stands there. He gets the other one, and that stands there, and he's just bringing them all out. You notice that he brings out 3 camels, okay, and then he's like searching around in his bag, searching around for more papers. And you just see that.
I'm gonna nudge Priya just to try and cheer her up. I'm gonna say,
I'm guessing he's going to need 2 of those, right?
And she looks at him and she goes, "I'm not fucking sharing a camel with him."
Gordon just says, she's like, I think he'll be taking one by himself.
Yeah,
To be fair,
yeah, I think
we're in the
probably a
clear.
good idea.
We're in the clear.
We'll give him a camel.
Yeah.
And then she kind of like walks over to him, and you can see her kind of talking to him and like looking in the bag as he's kind of looking in, searching, and she's kind of looking in to try and help out. What are you guys saying? So where you are currently, you're in kind of like another dune. Everything, all of these sort of places, that the air balloon, like airfield, they seem to be in massive, deep, like canyon-like dunes, and so it's almost like you're protected from visibility from all around. So they kind of like utilize these big, deep dunes to put these places, probably because of the constant bandits and marauders and war and parties which are going on around it. So you're kind of right in the centre here. And as I said, it's like a U-shaped wooden structure of stables, horses, camels, those bird-like creatures, lots of them, and we're kind of in the middle of it. And the camels have been brought out, and they're kind of just in front of us by about maybe 50 foot, 60 foot.
What time of day roughly is it?
So right now it's going to be, it's still pretty early. We left very early doors. This is going to be about, probably about 1 p.m. If that, 12 midday.
Gone. So I'll go up to Bart. Just like, so is everything in order?
He goes,
Are we due to leave soon?
Sure, we had a camel each, but I think we're going to have to snuggle up.
I think maybe I'll pair with Aricen and. Oh, actually no, I'll pair
Is
with.
there any chance that we can just pay for another one?
He says, it's not that kind of place. It's all bought and paid for. There's no staff here.
Because is Aricen
travel.
fairly small?
Me, yeah.
He's tall, but he's
Fragile.
quite
Okay,
lean.
so I just say
That's
me and
what-
Sabre will go on one, and then Priya and Aricen on the other, and then that should balance things
Harrison's
out.
like,
That should balance things out enough that we can.
He said, "Oh, I don't mind jumping, Cherry."
Oh no! You have your own space.
you
It's
sure?
fine. Yeah.
Oh, very kind of you.
We've been fighting, so we've got
Give me
stuff.
a perception check.
We've got things to discuss.
You worried with this one?
That's a 17.
Okay, you notice that in his moustache there's just more crumbs.
I thought they were going to be bandits overlooking the dunes or something like that. Watching.
I thought I was going to see that.
After the last description,
I can't lie.
No,
I can't lie. I thought it was going to be something horrific, like
An
Bart's
erection.
bricked up from saying about snuggling up on a camel.
I knew it.
I'm just gonna
Wouldn't be against the kind of thing he would say.
go up to the camel. Do you think that you might be able to lift that large individual behind you?
And he's kind of like looking around, looks at Bartinga, and he's like, "I can lift 10 of him. I'm very strong, and I'll never get thirsty. I'm strong and I'm never thirsty."
I've got to admit, you look like you've got the hump.
I don't know what that means.
The jokes are wasted on fucking
He
camels.
turns back around.
God, and you guys
I'm glad you
speak
didn't.
camel.
I'm glad you didn't give that a response.
I'm gonna start hopping on one and ushering Gorn onto
Yeah,
my one.
so
well.
I'll-
And as the camel's
jump
kind
on
of
that.
getting up, I'm
Give
just
me
gonna
an
say,
animal handling as you're hopping onto this. An animal handling check.
Oh no!
Oh fuck.
Oh no!
All of us.
Only Saber's climbing on at the moment.
Oh no!
Oh no.
This is dope seeing Saber, your name tag on the thing at the
Oh
moment.
yeah, it makes
That's
it easy
cool.
for you, doesn't it?
If this wasn't.
That is 18 total.
Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
nice.
In total, yeah. So you kind of climb up, and as you do, as you're kind of like getting on it, Aricen can just hear, this is now another camel, and he's like, "Oh, this one's heavy, but not too heavy for me. I'm strong. I'll never get thirsty." And he stands up, and you kind of like, "Oh, you
Different camel to the one I was speaking to.
Different one.
Yeah.
They all
Are they-
have great imagination.
I'm gonna, is Gorn? Have I like helped Gorn on, or is it just me?
I'll get on.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna look at all the guys as I've gone up and just say, "Hey, does anyone else kind of miss Krez right now?"
Little bit.
Priya's
Although-
like, yeah, he definitely has his charms, but
Guessing his leg might be a bit better
his
now.
legs improved.
I don't know, it might be dead.
I wonder
Sorry
if
for
he's-
putting
Sorry,
it down on it.
Harrison. What?
We literally went past the guy that's trying to kill him.
To be fair, we
Oh
haven't-
yeah, I did forget
we
about
haven't
that.
had a.
Haven't had a
letter
message back. Yeah.
But then again,
But we
where would you know
can't
where
be
to send it?
tracked. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe we'll find out more.
I think he appears to be a survivor. So
Yeah.
I'm positive.
Well, I
he
mean,
didn't sound it a minute ago.
No, I panicked.
Okay.
so yeah, get on as well, and
So I give Gorn my handless arm.
Give him the
The
one.
stump.
No, you've got to.
That's
you're
gonna help.
You can have that.
Oh no, you can have that.
oh good.
So he grabs your stump,
I'm like,
and give me a little strength check to pull him up. As this is going on, Priya is climbing onto the camel. What was that strength?
10 plus.
12.
12. Okay, yeah, that's enough to pull him up. So he pulls Gorn up onto the back of the camel, and Priya's getting onto the camel as well. And what's Aricen doing? She's getting onto her. Respect.
Right, kind of give it a little stroke, a little pat, and then start to clamber up.
And as she's getting on, she looks over and sees Bartinga struggling to get on his. Almost stood up before he could get on it, and he's like that. Trying to jump up on it with, like, he's barely coming an inch off the ground as he's jumping.
I was just gonna say,
Priya just,
smile
Priya
for a
just
bit.
turns her head, looks away.
She's just gonna whisper. I bet that's enjoyable to watch.
He's like, I can't stand the sight of him anymore. So is Aricen up on the camel?
Yes.
I think we're all up. Yeah.
So Bartingus is just going. Go on without me, guys. Go on without me. He pulls out his little satchel and he pulls out his map, and he's like, that way.
Maybe it's not the best idea to just send us in a... Are you catching up or...?
Yeah, I'm just gonna get on this camel first.
Yeah, we'll wait.
Okay.
Same
A
with
hand
thoroughly
or-
enjoying.
Can I get a hand?
I just called over to Harold. I'm like, Harold.
Harold's like that.
Any chance you could?
and he's holding the head in the bag.
Any chance you could appoint at Bartingus?
He's probably still got those earplugs in.
He's
Fuck!
pointing at the bag.
I'm gonna
Appoint at Harold again.
shout over to the camel. Do you mind bending a knee for our large friend? Show
Camel.
us how strong you really are.
Camel's like, I'll show you how strong I am. I'm never getting thirsty either. And he gets down like that, and he
They said the same thing.
lets Arvis clamber onto him. And he's like, watch this. Stands up, and it goes back down. And it stands up.
He's ripping
You do
him.
it twice.
I'm
Do it
not going
twice.
to lie, that was fucking
Yeah, I
unbelievable.
bet you're thirsty though.
Have you got some water?
I've got loads. I've got 2 humps worth.
Oh god, it's amazing.
How many you got?
1 pouch worth. Just hold out a little pouch.
Not bad. Thanks. And it turns around and starts.
Everyone else looking at me and it's coming again.
Giant little water skin.
I just love the delay and just not bad.
So yeah, the camel with
Fucking hell.
Bartingus kind of takes off,
Oh,
and you see the little skinny man in the basket, which was the pilot for Freya's and Bartingus's, and Bartingus kind of waves at him, and Freya kind of gives him a little salute, and as we're riding off, you see Harold kind of like waving to you guys,
I just do a little salute.
and he gets the big head and he puts it back in the basket.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see him like tending to the basket and stuff like that, and we are heading off. And as we're heading up over the dune, kind of we kind of break the like the peak of this dune, and as we go over it, you can just see just miles of just sand, dunes, and nothingness. It's flat land. In the distance, you can see loads and loads of mountains, but they are so far
Missionary.
in the distance you can barely even kind of see them. You're just seeing like almost like a fog of sand between them.
I didn't cast this after my short rest, but I want to do a arcane recovery after my short rest to get another spell slot back.
Oh, yeah. So it's Aricen and Priya. They're on a camel, and it is Gorn and Saber on a camel, and it is Bartingus taking the lead.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just clopping away.
Yo, Bart, how long is this gonna take?
And he says, well, let's see. He kind of pulls up his map. He says, and he's like, I'm not too sure. It'll definitely be there before sundown.
You got any snacks?
He's quit snacks, isn't he?
Oh, I almost forgot myself. I usually carry a few snacks in this bag, but not since I've been watching my weight. So wish I could say so.
Insight.
As he does his beard, you see a little
roll a little insight check for me.
We all know he's lying, but
Well, I've seen crumbs in his fucking mustache, haven't I? Oh,
What is it?
what a roll!
22.
22. So as you say that, as he's pointing at his bag, you can see an open little wrapper, like little kind of like leaf with a like like in Lord of the Rings they have
Lambus
that
leaf.
bread.
Yeah,
Lambus
You can
bread.
see like an open leaf with some empty crumbs on it. And he's like, yeah, I usually keep some in my bag. And he puts it away.
I assumed
No, I don't.
that
have it.
was. Oh, I just.
Huh?
I'm just pretty sure I saw some as well, which is why I asked.
No, not in there. Not in there, unfortunately. But all for the greater good. You know. He pats his belly.
The greater good.
The greater.
But he turns back around. I didn't think you ate.
What?
Didn't think you ate.
I just enjoy the textures.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. You learn something
Very
new every
interesting.
day.
That is interesting.
Mm.
Well, I suppose it doesn't go to your belly or your thighs, does it? Do you gain weight or you have to watch your weight?
I don't really know.
Oh. Well.
I guess
Must
if
be
you,
nice, eh?
Ah,
if you
yeah, it
had some
must be
snacks,
nice.
we would have found out. Then.
Sorry?
I said, I'm guessing if you had some snacks, we would have found out.
Yeah, unfortunately, maybe a month ago you would have seen Well, truth be told, less than that. It was when I saw old Perfection over there on the boat. When I saw him, that the wind took his shirt at one point, pulled it down. I thought, oh my lord. I've never seen anything like it, so I thought, you know what? That's the goal.
Was that the only thing that took your fancy?
That's the goal. That's all I'll say.
Right.
That's the goal.
From the previous thing, he's like, but you got some.
Oh, is my skin dry again?
It looks like.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Looks like
Dandruff.
Looks like crumbs.
Dandruff. Oh, I'm embarrassed now.
With that, Gordon just turns away. And he's just like. There's a little smirk. You know, the Grinch, where like corner of the mouth. He just does that. He's like just thriving off of being petty.
Is Bart like in front of us leading the way?
Yeah.
I wanna cast Mage Hand.
Is it a cantrip?
Yeah.
He's just like
another one.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Yeah.
It's gonna very silently follow up behind him.
Yeah.
Open his little satchel of snacks and start back and forth with him.
Yeah, he doesn't notice anything. So what is it you're getting out of it?
Just all the snacks. Back
Okay.
to me. Goes again. Back to me.
Okay, right, you're doing another one, yeah? How many are you going for? So you got one successful.
I got one successful.
Yeah.
How many?
You got two successful. You going for a third?
Fuck it, yeah.
Third successful. So he's just there like that. You can hear him kind of like.
Does any other party see me doing this?
I would see the Mage Hand. Yeah, surely.
Yeah, I think everyone would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's just in front of. Like, I'm on the camel with you.
Free is kind of like leaning over me like.
Yeah, I give one to Priya and have one back to
Oh,
Like,
sweet.
so it's kind of like a sweet bread, like a brioche bread.
And
Yeah.
I look at Aricen and I'm like,
Yes, please.
and I hand on to him over the camel.
Yes, he's having it.
And then it goes back and just puts his little satchel down.
Puts it back. Yeah,
Oh my
and he's
god.
just humming along still. Just think completely robbed.
Oh, it's so good, so good. Love
Well
that.
played.
Okay, so what is Aricen thinking quietly over there? I see that pencil in his mouth. I don't know what's been jotted down
It's
over.
just a little twig. This is.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
He's still working out what's gone on, really.
What's he
Why
thinking?
he can't understand why that went so smoothly. He doesn't know if the team are just getting more powerful and effective, or this was a trap, and it's kind of how the Lich wanted it to go.
Mm.
So he knew that maybe this is why Arwen didn't want me to go, because it's kind of setting a path for me down there, thinking it's going to be easy. So I'll go to the Grove. So his head's pretty fucked right now. Overthinking it a lot, I think. So he's very quiet on that camel at the moment. Am I in front or behind Priya?
She's in front, you're behind.
Yeah. So I'll just be kind of sitting there holding on to the little saddle bit.
There is a saddle to hold on to, but Aricen just holds his
Yeah. He would be thinking about it, but then also.
He's like that.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Like the hovering hand on her shoulder.
The old yawn behind.
Okay. So what's Saber doing right now?
Oh, Saber's fucking with Bartinga, so he's just happy, like
He's thriving.
successful. He's just hello. I think he's had too much fault with the flashback that he had on the way to the tree, and the flashback that he had getting in the balloon to come back to. So he's just happy just being in the present at the minute. So he's just messing around with Arvus, giving everyone the bread, and he's just, I don't know, just taking it all in, I guess, at the minute.
And what is Gorn doing?
Gorn's chowing down on a snack provided to him
Oh, he's snacking.
by mischievous means.
Yeah, yeah.
He's loving the fact that Bartingus is getting a little bit of comeuppance. And he's kind of just taking in the scenery because he's not been to like a wasteland before. He's quite well travelled, and it's probably one of the few areas that he's not really experienced in his past.
I think something else on Sabers. Oh, go on.
He's liking that the group are gelling, you know. The combat's flowing. There's a few kind of bits at times where people can't decide on what to do, or like it's not like a cohesive decision necessarily straight away. But yeah, he's liking that there's less secrets and all that kind of thing. It's not what he's used to.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah, things are getting a bit more open and honest these days.
Yeah.
Same as he mentioned to the guys before, said about Krez and if he was alright. And for the first time in this body, he feels like he almost kind of misses someone.
Oh, he's getting a little feeling going on. Okie dokie. With this, roll me a Perception, please.
Bosh. That's a 9, unfortunately.
So what?
9.
A 9. Okay. You would feel. Almost like you saw Saber fucking around with stuff in your bag, but in Thingy's bag, and it kind of makes you just a spike of paranoia to check your bag.
Okay.
Oh.
So on that kind of like initial feeling, starts thinking about it more and more, and he's like trying to like enjoy the moment, enjoy like, you know, where he's feeling kind of good about things, but it kind of keeps on just nagging at the back of his head, and he's trying to like resist the habit, but then he just kind of he's just like, I'm just gonna check, it's probably nothing, like, you know, I haven't heard anything, and he just opens the parchment.
Okay, so you open the parchment, and you look. As you open it up, there's nothing on there. Just white parchment. But as you close it down, you just see like those white spotches kind of like growing in your vision.
Oh no.
And you all of a sudden feel yourself lose consciousness and start to fall back. And your vision just goes completely white. And in this whiteness you see a dark mass again.
Yeah.
And as it kind of walks over towards you, it's almost like you can hear footsteps, but it's like 6 footsteps at a time. And every now and then it will kind of flicker between one big thing coming towards you and then 3, and then flicker just back.
Yeah.
And it gets very close to you, and it grows bigger and bigger as it's getting closer. You've got no scale as to how big this thing is because it's just white all around.
Yeah.
And it's just getting bigger and bigger, and this massive, growing black mass gets close to you, and you can see it's towering over about 9 foot now. And it says, "Are you pleased with your gift?"
I always have use of them, and the staff is more than
Not the staff.
my powers.
Not your powers.
Oh, the gift.
The gift.
Yes.
Let's hope you don't need it anytime soon.
Agreed.
This is just to make sure of that. Where you're going.
And you can just see it kind of like reaches into itself
Yeah.
and pulls something out, and its arms are covering it,
Okay.
and it reaches down into your satchel
Yeah.
and puts something in there,
Okay.
and then it's just like it leans back in, and it's like,
Heed that warning.
and then it just backs up and disappears into that impossible whiteness again.
Yeah.
And you awake, and you're in the sand, and you're hearing Saber looking over at you from the top of a camel saying,
Yo,
The heat getting to you?
You want some? Are you good?
Just give me a moment. I'll be fine.
Well, you need some water. You got any water?
Throw the pouch towards him.
I just kind of like I'm like just spaced out.
So as
So
you
just
Pouch it's on a
as you throw that pouch,
Yeah,
the water skin,
yeah.
it throws that towards you, and it hits your your satchel.
Mhm.
As that satchel hits you, your water skin falls out,
Yeah.
and the cap falls off,
Oh,
and it's just
sorry.
and the water's just dripping
Quickly,
out.
quickly grab it,
You grab it,
write it.
and as you pick it up, you notice the water is still to the line, almost like none spilt out.
Uh-huh. So just to test the theory, I take a big old drink, like quite a big draft out of it.
How
and
much
just-
of it?
What I'd assume to be like, so like say it's like that big,
Mhm.
I'd say like a fifth of it, just
Yeah.
to test.
Yeah.
And then so I chug that and then I write it again.
you look, and the water is still completely on the line.
I kind of just look around for a second. I just chuck Aricen's back up to him. He's like,
Thank you.
I was like, oh, I've got something to tell you in a minute, and I could kind of just get back up onto the camel. So is it like I'm just like keep moving. We can walk and talk.
Is he in
So I-
front or behind me on the camera?
So
He's behind
I
the
signal
camel.
to Bart just to carry on, basically.
Okay, Bart carries on, and the camel, after kind of looking around and seeing all that,
Mm.
Aricen just hears it going. That's not impressive.
What's not?
It needs all that water. Not me. And the other one, not me.
Did I
Then
see that the water kept refilling?
You would have seen it, yeah.
So I just turned to the others and I'm just like, I just had a visit from my patron.
Our patron.
Well, yes,
No.
our patron, my patron.
What, he kicked you off a camel? That seems a bit light for him.
No, I would say blacked out, but
Oh.
whited out is probably more
Oh.
accurate. Kind of warned us of our travels ahead, and has seemed to have given me a bottomless water skin. I kind of just start pouring it.
You just see it.
I do it for like 10 seconds, and I'm just like,
You're seeing just a saturated line in the sand as the camel
keep
is
it going.
moving.
And I'm just like, write it, and I just show you the rim of it.
What?
Still
Oh.
level, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be honest, usually when we get to these places, it ends in some sort of combat. I'm not sure how an endless.
We're in
We're
a desert,
Maybe he's giving
Right.
you that for more than one reason. I know.
perhaps.
You gotta stay
Yeah.
hydrated and
Yeah.
not let the
Unless
sun get to
this-
you, but maybe there's some other reason behind this.
Prius
This
chimes in and
thing's
says,
weak to water.
from what we know about Igjamir, I doubt your hydration is high on his list of priorities.
Probably not.
Yeah,
no.
there's another cause.
There's
for
definitely
this.
something there, but
Certainly.
I'm sure I can. Do I feel any different after drinking that water?
No.
I don't. It's just like water.
Just water, yeah, no difference.
Hmm.
No difference.
Let's see. Well,
We'll find its use once we're there, I'm sure.
hopefully so.
Bart kicks back, looks back and says to everyone, "Oh, the camels will just follow the leading camel. So if you guys want to go back to back and catch a bit of shut eye, I'll give you a shout when we're there.
Fair enough.
By the looks of things, I'd say we'd be there in 2-3 hours.
Sounds like a plan. And I just like unclip my cloak,
Mhm.
but like tent it over
Mhm.
me and Saber because it's like the harsh sun.
Yeah.
So it's like a bit of like a canopy over us, so we can get a bit of shut eye.
Priya's like nudging you, like, that's a good idea.
I was just about to do that.
Oh, I could see that in your eye.
That was a lie, I apologise.
Oh, I couldn't see that. So you kind of tense that, and are we sitting back to back now?
Yes, so you're just, well, should just
Cool.
hear a little sort of.
Cool. Okay. And as we are kind of sitting in this dark, which is still, the sun is still beaming through the threads of these clothes. What is Aricen thinking?
I suppose kind of when the darkness hits, you would actually just be like, I think that I owe you an apology. I think before I pried into something that may be quite hurtful for you.
Freya's like, don't mention it.
And then I'll just start to kind of snuggle in.
Nestling in. What is Saber thinking?
Saber's thinking about Gorn's visit from Ejimir, so that it's not. He just doesn't think. He thinks that everything Ejimir does is for a cause of something, and he's obviously given Gorn this water skin for more than just to keep everyone hydrated and whatever in the sun. So he's kind of thinking of what other uses it could have for what lies ahead.
And what's Gorn thinking?
Yeah, similar really. He'd kind of gone a little while without like a visit, and yeah, he's kind of feels like. I guess he partly feels like he's missing the mark, as in doesn't know the full extent. Like, yeah, an endless water skin in the desert, great. But yeah, he's kind of, based on what others have said and everything else, he's like, maybe there is something more to it. But either he's just not aware of it, or like the use for it might become more obvious in time, like based on what he faces, I guess.
Okay, fellas, and that's where we're going to end our session today. That's where the Herald story comes to a pause, to a halt this evening. But that only means one thing. It's time to roll our debt dice, folks.
Oh, no.
Right, I'm just gonna go for it straight away.
Hang on, hold your phone.
Oh Lord, put me out my misery, mate.
So as we all know, at the end of every session, due to Ashtar and debt, we roll a D100, and if it is equal to or less than your current debt tally, you get a cheeky little, lovely, nice designed Ashtar and debt card, which if you do roll that, you'll write a name on that, and we will open it at a random point in the next session, maybe the session after. So we'll go first, we'll go with Gorny.
40.
40. Right,
I
what is
saw the
your,
zero.
What's
Yeah,
your
I saw
tally?
the
What
zero.
is your score you got?
17.
17. Okay, roll the big one first, and then the little one.
Oh, you're fine.
70. Okay, you're good. And Aricen, what is your score?
14.
14. We're getting up there again. Saber's taking the lead with a big 17.
Yours did get halved though. Oh.
So we're all clear for another session. We're all
Jesus
good for the debt.
Christ.
So we can put those boys
Lovely,
back
lovely.
in the drawer.
What a session.
Well, fellas, thank you again for enjoying a lovely session.
And thank you, fans. If you like what you see.